our statistics and how many points they have been able to accrue so far. But Star is definitely looking really good. Vampire good as well. They have a good cushion down to Falcons and Regans right now in the 70 and 60-point brackets. But a lot of teams are chasing. A lot of teams are within that striking distance with that one good game that could push them in to the top 5 quite easily right now.
And Star Wars Esports wanting to be a little bit more aggressive, making sure Team Falcon just backs off. And Team Falcon is saying, yeah, you know what, we'll definitely back off. We don't want to get into this fight right now.
I like that because this is super far north in the current circle. This is not a priority to fight over. You don't want to try to get this real estate. So just leave that and try to get out of it. But I like what they're doing, obviously. They're taking advantage of their situation. Being in first place, you want to be able to have some of those easy early fights to secure those eliminations.
Yeah, I'm just, it happens to the best of us, okay? That car flip, I'm pretty sure definitely not intended, but when you're driving through that terrain in Miramar, it's bound to happen. I know I'm guilty of it, and my teammates just hate me when it happens.
Yeah, maybe next week we could take a look at who's going to have the craziest driving and maybe give them an award for that or something like that. Donuts, though, on screen, they're rotating in. They are getting this compound. It's kind of on the eastern side. As you see on screen right now, we are going to be looking at the next circle. This is going to be a big one. A lot of teams have hunkered up in the center. We are hoping for this one to go southeast into Los Leones, but it goes north. Actually eliminates the urban ending in this situation here, but right now Falcon's looking good, Morph is looking good, Vampire is looking good, Box is also in a good situation, and a lot of the priority compounds in the circle here is already locked down 7.
They definitely are, and I'm going to be looking at some of the other teams that are currently outside that circle, especially currently the blue zone. I mean, Team Seoul, you can see them, they might go up against 52 Esports, as 52 Esports is trying to breach into that circle as well. Vampire Esports, I feel like they might be taking a bit of Star Wars Esports game style as they're starting to slow it down in a big way. Enigma Galaxy, I mean, them too, them one Kia slowing it down a lot more. But this circle, the way where it's currently going to be located, it's going to be really hard to breach in.
You definitely see the teams that are prioritizing having some of those center spots being on the quick on the rotates, trying to get some of those good compounds to make sure that they can get quite deep into late game. And then there's other teams that are all right, we're not going to get any situation or good spots inside the circle. Let's focus on getting the eliminations done. And that's obviously what you want to do. The quicker you realize that you're not able to reach the late game and get into some of those good compounds, that you realize that, you can focus on the eliminations instead. That's going to get you such a much better average in terms of how many points you're able to put on per game.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams have been able to do that quite well, being able to realize that, and I wonder if that's going to happen here in this game. You see yokkkk, Gremlin truly just driving around on the motorcycle, trying to figure out where they're going to be. As you see Hector from Team Seoul chasing him. He's able to see him, and is he going to want to take this fight? You can't be driving like that in that terrain. We just saw what happened earlier to Team Falcon. So maybe he rethinks that. And as I say that, now he's starting to get shot at, and I think he's getting shot at by 52 Esports as well. As Omega's able to get the knock there on one of the players, and guess what? yokkkk is also able to trade it out. They're just currently, it's 3 teams fighting right now, Martin.
Yeah, the third party coming in from 52. Quite insane to see here with Daku taking that down. That's actually falling quite a lot apart for Team Seoul. Looked like they had the upper hand. McGrill and Diego both down at the most. Cielo is also knocked right now. Adrian trying to make something happen here. Takes shots towards Seoul. Connects a little bit onto Goblin. And now he has to take the fight straight to him. Vicious with the UMP. Goblin's low himself. He's going to find him potentially. No, not able to connect just yet.
Goblin has no heals.
No, he has no heals. Gonna have to run away from Blue Zone 7.
Yeah, I was wondering why he didn't want to stay there for that fight, and as soon as I saw that, yeah, that makes total sense. You get out of there, Goblin. You try to get into that zone because Adrian is gonna have those heals, and you do still have to worry about 52 Esports because they have a lot more lead. They can end up gatekeeping you.
Yeah, exactly, Omega. What can you do here? 12 bandages, 1 first aid, and not much more.
I'm surprised.
The gatekeep here right now. It's Enigma Galaxy Road. He's going to find one of the Soul players. He's going to be able to get him down. He gets third party from the side from 52. Again, a nuisance from these players. Omega takes shots. Rufa has changed to the mini, takes him down. And he's going to be able to confirm the elimination as well. Really rough situation for Team Soul. They're the guys initiating on yokkkk.
Team Soul getting eliminated with 3 LMs. It didn't end up working their way. They were trying to play really slow, and what I was surprised is that for a team that was playing really slow and looting so much, they didn't really have that many heals. They had to use so much heals because they stayed on that zone for so long. 52 Esports congratulations, you were able to at least third party get one of those ilims. I'm pretty sure they have a lot of damage because they were also shooting earlier when yokkkk and Team Soul was fighting. Good awareness out of 52 esports.
Rotations are coming in. The circle has popped and it's gone southwest. It's in quite open terrain. It has a road straight through the middle. So the compounds there, they are extremely viable and important to play right now. Right now, Forest has gone down from yokkkk. Reckons again taking good control on the edge. You can see on the map that they are outside, but they are keeping all the teams that are trying to get in from the east because it's a western shift or southwestern shift at least.
And with RSG, I'm pretty sure they want to continue on that trend as one of them does get knocked by Wildcats Boran. And I am seeing some players from TJB actually getting eliminated to the zone. No, that's just unfortunate.
Super unfortunate for TJB. Guys on the desk are gonna be like, oh no! Please!
How could they?
Our X-Ray from Mr. Wildcats. They are putting on some pressure onto Reckons. Reckons had a good game last one. Obviously, being able to put themselves into the top 5 now.
They
Lightning
didn't,
is lost though. They're down to 3 players. They are on the edge. They're gonna have to fight their way in this situation.
I was gonna say, I think Flower Sea is trying to go. Great timing, by the way. Flower Sea. That was the best timing possible as 2 players from Donuts USG was coming up. UC needs to be careful there. GC needs to be careful because one of the players' missile is currently aiming down on him. And I think RSG is going to be able to recover that player that was knocked earlier.
Let's see what they're able to capitalize on this situation here. Outside the circle right now is a rough one for sure. More pictures coming out for 7, while the other players.
While Donuts is starting to push up. How is Donuts going to be able to approach the situation? Are they actually how much utilities do you want to waste on this, right? That's what we're going to keep in mind. And there is a knock right there from them. Here we go. Here comes the push from Donuts. Donuts knows that they have the man advantage. DD throwing some as well. And he gets knocked. Oh no, by Wildcats. They end up getting third party by Wildcats. RSG just lucky in that situation as Donuts definitely one of them. But guess what? Flower Sea is still alive. There is a little bit of hope for them on being able to get at least some placement points unless Naoto is able to spot Flower Sea, and I think they might have done just that as Flower Sea is going to be. Oh man, this is just not a fight that you want to be at. I was hoping that he would be able to lay it down and just not get found. And guess what? He's gonna get pushed. Can he knock? He's able to knock one. He's not able to knock CZM from Donuts. Good try there from RSG, the winners of the previous match.
Yeah, exactly. All right. 4 rivals here fighting. You also see Vampire in the distance. The next circle has popped northwest. This is a really rough situation. The vast majority of the team are actually on the eastern side, so it's going to be having to fight for terrain that is not a lot available for them right now. 4 rivals on the distance. They actually got a hard shift towards their direction, which is good, but Vampire right now outside the circle. They have to fight their way in here, 7.
Yeah, and if we look at the current circle, I mean, there is some teams in there, but they're currently pretty much on the edge. And as you mentioned, there's just so many teams in a ton. You see it right now, Vampire Esports knocking one of his own teammates as Stone does get knocked by 4 rivals. I thought that we're going to be going up against Morph, and guess what? Morph realizes that, and he's also going to try to push. He needs to be careful. He's able to get one knock. He gets knocked himself. Can Fluke clutch this up? He was able to. He might be able to heal up himself and also revive that player as we see Lappy now moving around, trying to get some of the other confirmed ilims. More frenzy, though. Throwing nades and being able to confirm those ilims.
And this is a really rough situation. As you see, these teams are trying to get into the circle. There are so many teams outside. Donuts is one of them. Vampire is one of them. Back to back is one of them. yokkkk, Istanbul Wildcats. But they are focused on the elimination because they know it's going to be really hard to get into this. That's why they're not rushing to get to the circle. They're rushing to try to get these eliminations confirmed. Down to 2 players.
And right now, I was going to say, there's so much third party going on. We saw 4 rivals trying third party that fight, and guess what? They ended up getting third party themselves by Star Wars Esports and also the place of Vampire, though. Looking at Donuts, can he get that knock? He's not going to be able to get that knock. Fluke about to go down to the zone, actually. He ends up going down.
Ya,
Performance players,
susah,
and there you
susah.
go. Vampire
Kalau
Team
zona kecil 32
Falcons,
orang
if I'm not
susah,
mistaken,
San.
being able to get that final.
Makanya dalam turnamen itu bilangnya Pasta kan
deeper and deeper into this situation.
posisi adalah prestasi. Iya. Jadi kalau posisimu baik, rotasimu baik, itu adalah prestasi.
Ya, stack.
Gak apa-apa, nice try.
13.
Nice
try
try.
to clean up this situation.
Tenang, masih
Maybe
panjang.
they are
Masih
just at
panjang,
the
guys.
edge of this. They want to be the last team
Itu
coming
pemburu
from
juga
the
menimbul.
southeastern side. And as you can see, it's been found.
Wah, gila.
Some
Pertarungan
players from
sengit
them one
ya.
Kia
Yeah,
driving
they saw
around,
one.
hoping they can survive a
Kita
little
harus
longer. And
fokus.
guess what? They might be able to do just that.
Walaupun
Good scouting
Indonesia
out of
udah
that
nggak ada,
player
paling
too.
nggak kita bisa nyontoh cara mainnya, kita pelajarin.
Ooh, Donuts trying to make
Nih,
something
UMP
happen
versus
here.
UMP.
First time on
Wah,
Kia.
gila ini banyak.
Can he get? Can he
Wow!
Wow!
Padahal dia pakai UMP loh, tadi dia pakai.
Iya.
And now
Itu
Isaac
cukup
Wildcat
berani sih
decided
itu
to
pakai
move into
barrel.
this spot, and they want to be that
Berani
team
banget
that
dia
are
nge-push
controlling
itu.
that southeastern edge. A
Solo
ton on
cuy.
the
Padahal dia
further
lebih
side
sekarang.
here.
Great
Wildcats
positioning
coming
in
as
as
well
well.
there
Yeah,
for
I like that.
Wildcats.
Oh my God!
Oh gitu. Jago gitu.
Can't
Kan.
believe
Jadi
it.
kamu jago.
They're able to get some great shots from the
Ya,
Wildcats,
baru
taking more
lebih
shots
banyak tapi
towards
aku yang mati
Wildcats.
gitu.
Now
Karena
Starboard
kamu
on
punya
screen right
ilmu
now.
hitam di
Speaking.
bajumu.
Astaga. Oh iya cuy.
Ilmu putih.
The reason why I was
Rambut
saying
merah.
great
Aku
position there from
istrinya
Wildcats, you guys
Bas
aren't currently
Mudi
able to
kok.
see it, but they are going to be able to gatekeep at least one of the players from
Aduh,
them
masih di
one Kia.
Bandung,
And the
iya,
way
masih di
them one
Bandung.
Kia was
Masih,
playing
euy.
just there. I mean, that
Rakun mana
what
Rakun?
awareness.
Gadar aku guys, gadar.
Zone. Some of the other players are going to try to get into the zone. Was he
Yang
actually
ada
going up
mah
against
ini.
Falcon Esports? Can he
Marcel,
save this knock?
Marcel.
He does decide to get in the car. What are you doing, Powerful? Oh,
Ayo
man.
guys,
That
hashtag
was so
Indo
scary.
Fight.
Action
Ayo.
only has a little
Oh.
bit of
Tapi
XP. He
kita
is
ambil
able to get that
1000,
knock,
guys.
and that's why he was one of the top players on day
Tunggu.
one. And guess
Oh.
what? Star Wars Esports confirming
Mantan
those illums.
e-sport, langsung lobby.
Mantan
Hashtag
e-sport.
Yusuf, last
Hashtag
player here for
8
Falcon.
ya.
3 eliminations for him so far. Trying to get some utility out. Potentially
Oh.
could find what Tom gets taken down. He's
Padahal
Dia
winning.
high
high
ground
ground kok
Utility
bisa
is
kalah
also
ya?
taking further ones
Weh,
down.
Falcon nih dari tadi dia nge-kill
Bucks
terus
is
guys.
fighting
Lihat.
with Enigma
Killnya
Galaxy.
6 bro.
More utility being used.
Iya.
That could be a good grenade
Wow.
too. That does some
so
damage on
close.
Wah,
top.
ketar
Mana
ketir,
killnya,
ketar
Nam?
ketir.
Yusuf
Tiga,
putting
euy,
himself in
killnya,
a
euy.
great position.
Oh iya iya iya. itu
Star
bisa.
Wars Esports is going to have to push this up. I'm wondering if he also has any other grenades.
Ya,
Oh,
ya,
he's
ya,
starting to
ya,
get third
ya.
party
Balik,
from,
balik.
I believe
Weh,
that's
jangan dong,
Wildcats
ya,
with
ada
them
di
one
bukit,
Kia.
cuy.
Stopping
Mati.
the
Ah, dia
idea
tinggal
that he had.
sendiri.
Guess what?
Wajar,
Action-
Panik
wajar.
tadi
Action
tuh dia,
finished
panik
off.
kayaknya.
Yeah, and now they have to move in. They have to try to get any further to the circle. This, as you see on the minimap top
Nice try,
right,
bro.
it's a really rough southern shift. A lot of teams are fighting for
Wait,
that
ketemu
north
sama
control
Dak
right now.
di situ,
52
guys.
really close.
Satu
to
untuk
top.
satu, satu untuk
Ayo,
satu.
gas,
Gak sadar dia di HBD.
He out and just finish him off really quickly. Did not expect
Selamat
that
ulang
for
tahun.
sure. But that's a good third party peak right there. Scry is also making something happen, but 52 is disengaging from that fight. They want to take control
Halo, guys.
of the lower ground instead and let Stalwart fight with
Nomor kita ya.
Damakia inside the crater.
They were taking advantage of that, and also you can see Vaz still staying over there, still trying to get an angle in case some of the other teams, especially Star Wars Esports, decides to push up. Great awareness out of that, and I mean, for him to be able to get one of the players from Star Wars Esports out, that's exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, exactly. You want to have Stalwart push that southern side. They want to get into the
Sign,
fight
yeah,
here with
5 tim
Damakia.
lagi,
They
guys.
need to
Oke,
take
lagi,
control of the
lagi
inside
ya.
of that crater.
Oh ya, ada
Judy
ST
has a
sama
Kurosa though, I see right now
Kiwi.
in hand, so it could be a hard player to take down. He also has a really good Rich
Kiwi
to play with.
solo.
There is utility being pushed out as well.
Yeah, this is when you start wondering how much utility this 52 Esports going to have. Because if they can throw a Molotov, they're going to absolutely stop that push from Star Wars Esports, allow them to back up a little bit more, and also cause some damage. And as I'm talking about Molotovs, that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to stop that push from Star Wars Esports and position themselves a little better, get some angles. This is going to be an interesting fight, how Star Wars Esports is going to be able to get out of here. And if any of the other teams are going to be able to their party, because Wildcats might just get an angle on
Ooh.
52
Halo
Esports.
Kak Widya.
That is crazy. That's a really aggressive push for
Gila sih guys,
Wildcats.
ini
You see them pushing in.
Keren
The
banget.
foe is just putting more damage into it.
pro player
UP is
dan
in play. Dan Badu.
Jadi influencer gitu ya.
foe
Influencer
also
diversusin sama pro
aggressive
player.
versus five.
Oh makanya disebutin profesional gitu ya.
Iya.
Really top heavy right now in terms
Betul
of
sekali.
eliminations across
Khusus
the
yang
board.
diundang-undang gitu.
5 on Stalwart,
Dari
5 on
semua negara
Wildcats,
ya.
8 on Enigma Galaxy.
Keren
I
banget.
was going to say, they really are, but one team that's being quiet right now that
pantesan
also
tadi
has
ada
illness.
si
Enigma
ininya,
Galaxy,
tadi
they're currently sitting at
influencer
8, they're playing
Yeah.
patient. You can see
Yeah,
some
yeah,
nades
yeah.
coming down into that one
yeah,
Kia.
sorry.
Is Wildcats going to make this push? He decides to
Oh,
back
oh.
off
Yeah,
as
yeah.
Enigma Galaxy. There you go.
Seperti
Now
dia.
they're finally starting to wake up. Now they're starting to see the opportunity that they have here. Radu,
Iya, aku tahunya
he
dia
knows where
seperti-
they're at. Is he going to go for the knock? Is he
Lihat
gonna
nih,
be able to
berani
get
kan?
Pharaoh? The
4 loh,
nades
padahal
are
loh.
gonna be
Dia
coming
2
in.
loh.
Oh,
Oh,
here
oh,
comes
oh,
the utilities,
berani,
and you know
coy.
Star Wars
Oh,
Esports
iya,
are gonna be
iya.
loving this as
Seumprit nggak
Nigma
saudaranya?
Galaxy able to get one knock, but they're not gonna be able to confirm it right now.
Stala finds multiple players here, or just one actually.
Iya.
Samonkia.
Berani.
Two under so much pressure from multiple angles. This
Clutch.
situation here.
Ah, itu tembak woi.
Doing a really
Clutch.
good job
Ah,
trying to
sayang
make
dari
sure
atas.
that it's off. Samonkia is
Berani
out
banget cuy.
fifth place, but
Mentalnya.
join this
baja
fight
itu
here.
solo.
Third party from the high ground. Trying to put pressure onto 52. 52
squad
under
itu.
so much
Iya.
hardship right now. They're gonna go down.
Roto
They're
yang di bawah.
out in third place.
wajar
Now
sih,
it's down
wajar
to
gitu ya.
Stalwart and Wildcats.
Oke,
And Star
bisa
Wars
dua tim.
Esports just going
Siapa
for
kayak
the
akan
1 points.
menang,
They know where
guys?
Wildcats is at. Can they
Jelas
get
ya.
those knocks?
Tapi belum
666
tentu
trying to
nih.
back off.
Menang
Get some
masa belum
angles.
tentu
Here
menang.
comes the fight the foes.
Menang
they
juga.
get the 1v1 action? It comes down to
Tapi kayaknya
666
sudah
and
terbuka
action is
kemenangan untuk
running.
STS.
Somebody
Oh,
is gonna be able to
kemenangan
get
dipastikan
that
untuk
last
STS.
kill and
Bajunya
secure
merah.
the chicken
Yang
dinner
menang
for Star Wars
rambutnya
Esports.
merah,
Ladies
guys.
and gentlemen,
Merah.
I
Wah,
asked the
hoki.
test yesterday. Who do you
Wah,
think
yang menang.
is gonna end up winning the
Semoga
series? They
abis
told
ini
me. We thought it
Indonesia
would
ya
be
guys ya.
Star Wars
Semoga,
Esports. And guess
semoga ya.
what? Max,
STS dari mana
Polaris, Jason,
Iya,
you guys just might
benderanya.
be absolutely right because
kalau ketemu
right now they're
ini
looking
Asia Tenggara.
dominant.
Vietnam.
Something that I want to get, I want to back up a little bit. Nigma Galaxy,
Bisa jadi
they
ya.
were just
Iya,
so
kalau nggak
quiet.
salah
I
benderanya
felt like
merah ini.
they had so much time. They knew exactly
rambutnya
where the
merah
other
nih.
teams were with
Iya,
52
jadi merah-merah
Esports.
ya.
They knew that they were fighting
Asia
another team
Tenggara nih.
in regards to Star Wars Esports.
Menarik nih, oi.
I feel like they just waited way too long, Avenger.
Yeah, for sure. I will say this though, it has been extremely impressive to see Star Wars so far in this tournament. That was our 8th game. We have one more for us today. We're gonna go to Senegal afterwards. It's gonna be really impressive. And after that, we can really look how far they're gonna be able to take this, because this is crazy. I will say this, super impressive play by Wildcats. They were able to close that edge off.
Apa dia bilang?
Yeah,
Biarin aja di
I was
sini.
impressed by Wildcats as well, being able to get on top and being able to just get some angles on some of the other teams. But you know what? We'll let the best take care of everything after
Lagu
this
ah.
break.
Nah, ada. Ya kita tunggu aja nih.
Udah mau keluar minum lagi. Iya guys. Kapan balik Ciaris aku guys? Tap dulu ya jempolnya guys, biar mereka tahu kalau kita nobar nih.
Yoi. Oh, 4 menit waktunya.
4 menit, iya. Kita buka aja ya.
Apa tuh? Buka apa tuh?
Aku mau lihat event deh, ada event baru kayaknya.
Ada event baru kah?
Iya.
Coba kita intip-intip dulu kali ya.
Coba kita lihat ada event apa nih. Udah lama kita nggak gacha.
Oh, kamu mau gacha, Parao? Pertama-tama cek dulu dong, peringkat Asiamu peringkat berapa nih?
Kita cek dulu, karena udah berapa hari ya nggak main ya guys ya. Apa kita turun?
Pencet nih.
Ini.
238.
238 guys, jauh banget.
Ya nggak terlalu lah sebetulnya.
Naik turun. Nah ini, gara-gara nggak live kita.
Ya masih bisa lah dikejar lah ya.
BTR nggak main, nggak ada deh kayaknya. Hari ini nggak ada ya.
238. Kalau di total ranking?
Di total ranking coba kita cek 3.000.
3.200 ya, oke lah. Not bad. Halo Bang Ray.
Halo guys. Coba lihat event dulu
Ya coba cek Parao dong. Berapa nih kita nih kalau mau upgrade nih?
Wow.
5 and drive.
Guys. Apa ini? Kita collect nih, bisa nih kalau login nih.
Oh, ini festival.
Iya,
Duh,
festival.
namanya tuh festival party.
Festival party. Snap and share.
Coba tekan.
Coba kita klik. Apa guys?
Oh, foto.
Oh, foto.
Ibaratnya kayak foto gitu. Oke.
Ini kita kalau ngasih 4 like ke tim kita tuh dapat lagi. Jalanin misi guys biar dapat AKM. Apa sih ini shotgun?
Ini S12
S12 kah guys?
Coba tungguin gimana tuh skinnya.
Oke, sabar ya. Oh ya, lama kali nge-lag.
Biasalah.
Mana komennya ketutup ya?
Makanya kamu gak usah geser. Nanti geser ya.
Halo Bang Tri, ngapain dah tuh? Kan pesulap merah.
Pesulap ireng anjing, Joko tingkir bawa golok.
Jangan diterusin deh. Coba kita klik lagi nih.
Sok turis.
Ya pokoknya itu ya guys ya. Kalau kita jalan di sini sampai ke 818 kita dapat S12k.
10 hari. Skinnya 10 hari.
Oh iya, skinnya 10 hari. Mayan cuy. Jalanin misi doang daripada main gabut.
Itu yang tadi.
Ini yang tadi guys. Woi, kita ambil dulu nih.
Ya kolek aja pokoknya.
Kolek.
Biar makin sultan aku nih.
Iya, ada ini juga, Return of the Pharaoh. Oh, ini yang ceweknya itu ya?
Oh iya. Inilah yang dibilang jago tuh.
Iya. Kita cek guys. Oh, yang kunci itu. Misalnya kan kalian tahu nggak?
Main.
Kotak yang ada di dinding tuh yang gambar kalajengking ya? Iya, kalajengking tuh.
Lah, ini lain kalajengking, dia nempel aja nih di dinding.
Ya kan ada kalajengkingnya tuh, ditembakin dulu tuh. Nah, biasanya di dalam itu tuh kalau kalian
buka. Oh, kamu biasa dapat di situ? Kalau aku iya sih, betul.
Apa sih, Mami ya? Dapatnya di dalam itu, guys. Misalnya ada kunci. Nah, kuncinya tuh kalau dapat kalian bisa buka untuk ini nih.
Oh.
Tuh, kita ada kita.
Kita ada?
Ada seperti tuh.
Oke, sekarang itu mah daily limit, euy.
Iya.
Coba aja buka-buka. Kata Jamet, dia dapat ini loh.
Apa?
Dapat
petnya itu ya, yang
emot kucing.
Emot kucing, guys.
Emot kucing.
Coba kita lihat yang ini. Examine. Oh iya ini yang ceweknya nih.
Cantiknya istrinya Pharaoh ini mah.
Keren banget.
Itu kayaknya istrinya Pharaoh ini.
Istrinya Ratu.
Coba kalian punya kita.
Coba, wih gila keren ini. Blood Raven.
Lihat yang punya kita dong. Itu tadi yang bawah kamu klik tuh.
Ini?
Nah, itu.
Oh iya nih. Oh,
itu
di upgrade.
Kan final form punya kita level berapa? Level 6.
Level 6 nih.
Nah,
sisa
coba lihat
satu
dulu.
lagi ya.
Klik final form.
Nggak bisa.
Oke. Ini frenzy formnya. Oh, ini berarti tingkatan akhirnya gitu ya?
Iya, kan nih 6/7 nih. Berarti satu lagi. Kita butuh ini nih.
Oke.
Gila keren banget sih ini.
Mana sih gacanya tuh? Coba. Di mana gacanya? Gimana caranya?
Oh, kita butuh material ini loh.
Nah, makanya cari tokonya.
Sabar.
Tuh ini klik go.
Ini go yang tadi nih.
Oh, wait. Coba
Playmate.
pasti ada dong ya kan.
Oh, animasinya cuy. Oh, ini kayak guys. Ceweknya.
Oh, jadi sultan kita itu beli ini.
Iya.
Biasanya kalau sultan beli ini tuh udah yang paling gede sih. Karena ngapain ini?
Biasanya kalau udah punya ini tuh pro player semua
pasti. Karena dia mau menunjukkan skill.
Oh, banyak cuy.
Oh, rombongan.
Jadi raja dan ratunya tuh ada ininya. Panglimanya gitu.
Oh, betul. Coba kita lihat ya itu Star Force juga bang. Coba. Oh, ini yang tadi.
Oh, ini yang tadi nih.
Redemption berarti. Oh,
nah, di sini ya guys ya. Oh,
Ya kalau misalnya kamu gak dapat kan, nah nanti kan dapat batu terus sampai 1000 baru bisa kamu buka. Ya.
Ini banyak loh guys nih. Ada Elemencer set. Ini apa?
Leather bring set.
Iya. Banyak nih ya. Oh ini yang pengalaman tadi. Ya ada kucingnya nih.
Di sini.
Spirit Kitty. Iya. Wih, gila ini banget guys.
Mirip banget kayak aslinya ya.
Betul kayak yang diceritanya itu ya.
Betul.
Halo Kazika. Lo pakai fragment.
Oh iya, cobain. Kan bisa merol pakai fragment bisa. Back. Fragment nih kalian. Iya. 300. Coba.
Ayo dapat apa? Kucing.
Wah, hoki banget sih kamu.
Aku dapat ini dong yang
Batu.
koinnya tadi itu, batunya itu.
Iya.
Coba lagi kah? Lagi nggak nih?
Sabar, biasanya harus dari back dulu.
Oh, betul.
Kalau dia dari back bagus biasanya.
Lagi nih.
Ya.
Coba guys. Begitu gacha dong. Masa kita salah? Astaga.
Anjir.
Min boleh dong ingat.
Boleh dong ini clean.
Ayo kucing, hoki dong aku. Woi, baiklah, dapat lagi.
Lumayan. Masih kurang 996 lagi. Ayo
Gila.
kumpulin.
Ayo lagi.
Dari gratisan bisa tuh. Tiap hari tuh dia langsung gini.
Iya, tiap
Bener,
hari.
bisa tuh.
Sayang tuh kalau gini doang. Nah, dapat ini nih.
Ini dapat batu ini.
Dapat batu ini buat apa?
Iya.
Yang nampak tujuan itu
Betul.
bisa kan?
Betul, lumayan tuh. Nambah.
Teng. Ya, gila parah, masa di situ terus?
Alhamdulillah dong.
Aduh, aku mau kucing sekali lagi lah.
994 lagi.
Dapat 6 guys. Oke.
Bentar lagi tuh mah.
Sekali lagi guys. Kita akan dapat kucing. Sudah.
Gajah parau.
Aku mau kucing. Dapat ini guys. Gak apa-apa.
Kucing gratisan lu kita kucing.
Gak apa-apa dong ya. Kan salah. Jatah 5 kali aja. Iya, 5 kali aja tadi.
Coba.
Ini
Kamu tekan ini, dia ganti-ganti. Nah. Jadi dia bilang gain luck, tambah keberuntunganmu ditambah kali 1 setiap kamu ngedraw. Ya. Kalau sudah sampai 5. Oh, kalau kamu udah sampai 5 itu kamu udah dapet jaminan. Jaminannya tapi
udah pasti dapat.
bukan itu ya, yang agak bagus sedikit.
Oh iya. Oh tapi
Ya.
bukan yang tadi tuh ya.
Belum
bukan
tentu, itu tetap kok.
Ada event apa lagi ya?
Ada event apa lagi tuh?
Oh, Ultimate Equality Egg Suite. Oh ini yang tadi. Oh bukan coy.
Misalnya, Samsudin lagi joget Hello Kitty.
Samsudin. Ini mah gaya apa atuh? Guys, kita nunggu ya ini. Semoga
Belum.
Indonesia menang ya guys ya. Kita nobar ini, kita dukung.
Peringkat 1. Nih, kalian
Kita-
tengok dulu dong.
Ya lempar dulu dong. Masih di game nih.
Iya, sabar dulu guys ya.
Tunggu guys, biar kalian bisa lihat nih.
Nih, di posisi 1 ada
Stalwart.
Stalwart Esport.
Ya.
Di posisi 2 ada Vampire Esport. Posisi 1 123. Poinnya 123 tuh.
Iya. Oh gila, hoki sih itu.
Angka keberuntungan tuh biasanya.
Biasanya, tapi belum tentu. Tim Indonesia nggak kalah jagonya ya.
Ya, tapi ya masih di bawah ya. Tapi biasa itu ngepor.
Iya, ngepor.
Ngepor.
Tim di posisi ketiga ada tim Falcon. Nah kan yang tadi yang GG.
Pantes
Yang
dia
solo.
solo aja bisa sampai last circle.
Makanya mentalnya kuat banget ya. Maju solo sendiri. Di posisi keempat ada Donat USG, anjay.
Donat di USG.
Donat nggak tuh? Donat ngapain di USG gitu loh. Poinnya 65 ya, ini kejar-kejaran aja sih. 65, 63, 62, 61 cuy.
Wah, 61. 1, 2, 3, 5.
5.
Yang nggak ada 4 tuh.
Iya. Ini
Tapi
mepet.
Star Wars tuh kalau kamu lihat dia cuman 2 kali WWCD tapi poinnya cukup jauh tuh.
Iya.
Dari placement point 71. Oh, berarti dia selalu masuk kelas circle.
Iya, dia berusaha masuk nih. Tuh guys, makanya kalau perang di dalam zona tuh gak ada untungnya, susah.
Betul.
Susah masuknya.
Berarti dia mah fokus masuk kelas circle terus sih.
Oh, ini Indonesia itu di posisi 11 ya.
Oh iya, ada morp ya dari morp posisi 11
Iya.
tuh.
Poinnya 50.
Poinnya 50 berapa tuh?
50.
50 pas ya?
Iya. Placementnya 33 ya. Halo Bang Yatno. Rakun macam laki yang magic tuh. Betul sangat. Akak Zika tahu nih. Nih dia lagi cosplay. Nih wignya mirip banget ya.
Enak
Mirip banget.
aja wig.
Baru ya Pak ya?
Asli lah.
Abis nyatok ya? Lurus amat nih kayaknya.
Aku arju.
Aduh. Sabar. Kita akan lihat ke sini lagi.
Ya santai lah, kan dia masih
Iya.
belum dimulai guys.
Belum
Kita
mulai guys. Abis ini matchnya
Sanok.
Wah,
Wah.
gila ini match yang paling ditunggu-tunggu ya.
ini adalah match yang paling dibenci oleh streamer guys.
Iya.
Tahu nggak kenapa dibenci streamer saya?
Kenapa tuh?
Karena streamer kalau live di sini disuruh viewers turun di bootcamp.
Anjir, kita kalau baru turun langsung mati, cowok.
Iya, pasti viewers bilang, kamu tuh live kok nggak turun di bootcamp.
Iya.
Nah, itulah.
Giliran kita turun di bootcamp mati dibacotin.
Nah, itu.
Dikira gampang apa ya turun bootcamp anjir?
Nah, sudah dimulai ternyata.
Oke, kita langsung aja ke gamenya guys.
Suaranya dong, Kakak.
Oke kakak,
Nah,
boleh.
saya gerakin.
Basically pretty much reach
Wah,
anywhere
dia.
with a
anjay,
really long
langsung.
drop into
Itulah
situation.
ilmu
But we
merah.
have our
Ilmu
eyes
merah.
peeled on the screen. Where are we going to see fights from the very
Ilmu
get-go?
gaib,
Are we going to
anjir.
see some of the top teams already now have a little bit of a
Kalian ini yang
really
komen-komen
fight with
coba
some of the teams?
tap
We
dulu
will
deh
see
jempolnya
for
dikit lagi
sure
1000 nih, pelit
within
amat.
the next couple seconds.
See
I will
you
say
in,
this
see
though,
you
the
in.
highest damage in action, 1,000
Kirain
more
aku live
damage ahead.
Ini ya.
Or 1,000 more
kagak
damage than
nongol.
Fluke.
Kirain
Ahead of
nggak
Fluke
live,
there. That is
sosok nyari.
quite
Sabar,
insane to
sabar.
see.
Salah
Northeastern
pencet,
Circle.
Yeah, and I think this
Yes,
Northeast Circle is actually going to
yes.
force the hot drop because guess what? If I'm not mistaken, I'm seeing Star Wars Esports and
Berapa
RSG.
tuh per jam
They're
yang
both
rambut
currently
merah? Boleh
in
bang, bawa
boot
aja.
camp.
Waduh.
50 aja sejam.
Are they
Enak
actually
banget
going to
lu.
try to go
Gue yang
for it? Is
punya
there
badan
any
lu
team
yang
going to back
hargain.
off? I don't think it's going to happen. They're currently fighting. You can see somebody from back to back already getting eliminated
Woi, turun di
to
mana dia
Atan
ini?
Esports.
Aku bisa
I think
tebak.
Back to back
Dekat
isn't a
Paradise
surprise to
itu.
that drop, and guess what? Now we
Simpang
go
tiga
to it. Now we
Paradise.
go to this fight.
Nah,
ini
RSG
di bootcamp sudah
going
ada
up
tim
against
dari
Star Wars
RSG
Esports.
ya,
Who is gonna win this fight? Let us know in the comments
STE.
below.
STE yang tadi
This is
menang loh, aku
about
STE
to
loh.
get
Ya.
interesting.
Apakah dia akan menjadi juara
I'm loving what
bertahan?
I'm seeing already here,
Oke,
Regans.
udah mulai di
What
Bongo.
can we
Aku tahu kenapa
happen?
dia
What can we
turun di
see happen here for
bootcamp.
this situation?
Apakah
Scry,
emang drop
can he
zone-nya
do
dia?
something? Action
Atau
goes down.
karena
Our
dia
top
menang, jadi
damage
dia
dealer is out. That is
tabrak bootcamp.
unfortunate for
Ya,
South
bootcamp
for
keluar.
sure.
Biasanya kalau habis menang
I
tuh
love that
langsung
Regans
merasa
take
GG
these
gitu
guys
ya.
on.
Betul.
Somebody has
Percaya
to
diri
stop
itu.
them at this point.
Ya, ay.
The
Heal dulu,
first
teman
team
woy.
to go into the triple
Jadi
digit
berani
points, and they're looking very, very certain
Soalnya
to
ada
be going
temennya
into the
nih.
top 5 in the after party showdown, like the desk have been talking about here. This is ballsy
Jangan
rest, but it
takut-takut.
actually worked out quite well. Top is low though, action
RSG
slow.
udah
Not sure
mulai
they have
maju ya,
too
ini mau
much
dipus nih kayaknya STA nih.
healing going on for them either.
Turun di
Top
bootcamp
side.
rasanya deg-degan
To
banget
take
ya.
advantage
Oh,
here, he's
deg-degan
gonna do
lah,
some.
gila.
Udah
Itu
pasti
movements
pro
there
player semua
forward.
nih yang turun.
Bayangin itu di headset lu
Able to
deg 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 deg.
Stepnya banyak
It's
banget.
gonna be
bikin
interesting who's
deg-degan
gonna be able to
jantung.
strike first because this team's right now. Nothing. I mean, we got some knocks, right? RSG.
Guys, shotgun semua ini.
If you have that DBA,
Ada
no what they've been able to do with it before. And guess what? Star Wars Esports getting eliminated by RSG.
Yeah, that is quite crazy to see super early on here. And the situation is obviously always boot camp that's being fought for. And Reckons being able to close that one out, take out Stalwart. It's going to be this game for everyone else to try to catch up, try to capitalize on the situation that our current leaders are right now not alive as the first team out for this situation here. Sanak, it's always a blessing. We always have so many fights, so many crazy situations from the very get-go. And we're going to be having more. Now, Monkey, I really love what I've been seeing from them for the first 2 games here, because the last days it was not the best for them, but they have stepped it up. They managed to combine both their placements with the eliminations that they were needing so much. Now they're looking really, really good. So hopefully they can do quite a lot better compared to day 1 here. Let's see what happens in this game. And the rest of the game, we have obviously 4 more games, including this one. Nice shots coming in from Blaine, putting out some destruction onto that one. Let's see a replay of what happened here. Oh, he actually ran into it while he was focusing on the window. That was quite impressive. 52 Esports, they are pushing out Donuts and USG here.
Yeah, and if you're RSG, I mean, you're gonna be happy about that. You didn't really have to move much. You just pretty much had to shoot and then let the player walk into that line of sight. And you were talking about teams that weren't improving. I mean, 52 Esports, they had quite a performance, not in regards to ilms, but at least in regards to placement in that previous match in Miramar. The 3rd place finished 3 ilms, and right now they're starting off hot too, being able to get at least 1 ilm. Now, with Star Wars Esports being out, I'm hoping that a lot of the other teams are going to be able to take advantage. And I'm going to be looking at some of the teams that are towards the bottom. Team Seoul. I mean, they currently have 32 points. That's a team that really needs to figure out if they want to continue playing the passiveness and slow gameplay that they've been playing, or if they want to just get a little bit more aggressive, get a little bit more confident, be willing to take fights to those teams, because right now I'm really not seeing that out of Team Seoul.
No, and obviously a huge following, huge fan base that are cheering these guys on. TJB on screen though, they are currently in the mid-pack, able to kind of pounce into that top 5 if they have a good game. Our mid-pack is looking really interesting, really spicy. We have about 6, 7, 8 teams that are within that striking distance of the top 5 right now. The only teams that are looking pretty certain to be going is Stalwart, Vampire, and Falcon. I would love to see Falcon being able to go into the after party show match as well, even though R8 is also joining them. Obviously, home turf heroes is super important here with the backing and the pride that you can have with the team being able to represent in your own country. That is fantastic. Team Seoul on screen, as we're talking about right now, overlooking boot camp, potentially considering what's going to be going on here. We're going to be trying to get some of those rotation kills that Reckons is going to be doing later. Actually setting up quite heavily on this camp here, so the potential could be quite big. The question is, do they run that way, or are they going to be running together and just going to be running into it? Look at that on screen, 7.
I'm going to disagree with this.
Spicy.
I don't know what Omega's trying to do there. I mean, you're going to be living, yes, you do have some players, right, overlooking what RSG is going to be doing. But when you lay down in between 2 rocks, are you scared that you might end up getting third party from the other side? You have to make a decision right there. Am I going to focus on what? Am I going to focus on RSG, or am I going to be focusing on just what's behind me? I feel like I don't agree with that decision. I'm hoping he's able to change it, because Team Seoul can definitely get some eliminations here, especially if they catch RSG by surprise. And I think that's exactly what they're trying to do. We'll end up seeing what's going to be happening with those 2 teams. But I mean, RSG has already gotten at least into 1 battle. We saw what happened there with that Star Wars Esports. They are ready to get into a fight. Virtual Gaming Squad, a team that so far has been a bit lackluster. They're also looking to get some ilms. And here we go. RSG going up against Team Seoul. What's about to happen between these teams? And I think they have an idea. And RSG is going to let those grenades rain down on Team Seoul. Who is going to get the first knock? That's what it's going to come down to. Goblin. There you go. He decides to get up. He gets a knock. And now he's about to get knocked himself. They do end up training. Ashot going for the knock with Lightning. I don't think he's going to be able to get it. He does end up getting knocked. GC being able to get everybody up the angle right there.
Wow.
And
Padahal-
Team Seoul
Padahal Seoul udah nyebar.
escaping with just
Itu
one
posisinya
player, but
di long run
RSG,
loh.
I mean,
RSG.
actually not
Tapi
even.
aku nggak ngerti
Team Seoul just got
kenapa yang
eliminated.
di
Team Seoul, you
bukit-
had
yang
the
di
height
batu-batu itu kan,
advantage.
Zeng,
You
dia
had
kan,
everything going your way.
backstabber
You were
itu
trying to
namanya.
get a surprise.
Tapi kok
And
dia
instead,
ditahan juga sama satu
I feel like
orang
RSG
dari
ended up
batu itu.
surprising them.
Makanya.
Yeah, that was so
Padahal kan yang
unfortunate
di-push
for
yang
them. They
bukit.
should have
Wah,
been able
gila,
to
itu
capitalize on
insting
that
sih biasanya.
situation, but
Iya.
they just
Indah
weren't. And
ngecek-ngecek udah gua dari pinggir
RSG
nih. Jaga.
Reckons
Ya,
able
biasa
to
gitu,
jump
biasa
out,
gitu, kayak
get
insting
the
pro
points
player kan.
confirmed for them.
Kalau
Right
curiga
now,
aku sih
7
kayaknya ada yang
eliminations.
backstep nih di batu.
7.
Iya.
Menurut
Yes.
What do you
ilmu
think about
merah
that?
gua gitu kan.
I think that is a
Nah,
great,
jadi
great
dia
number.
backstep
And
juga, guys.
I think even though they do have 7 elims, I
Keren
think
sih,
RSG
pro
is going to be
player.
a little bit upset because they ended up losing one player.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate situation. But I will say this: I would trade
Kalau kata
7
pesulap merah ya,
eliminations
sayangnya.
from one
Dia kan nggak
player
percaya
less on
nih
your
sama,
team any day.
Anak-anak
you know,
indigo
less
yang
is
punya
action.
Iya,
indra
iya,
keenam
iya.
ya.
Yeah,
From
that's-
Star Wars
Dia
Esports,
bilang,
I'm going to be like, you know what?
lebih dari orang biasa itu
I'd
disebut
rather
indigo.
actually
Nah,
be alive.
berarti pro
Yeah,
player
sure. Right now
PUBG
we
itu
are looking
anak
at a
indigo.
cutoff
Yeah.
at 63
Karena dia
points
bisa
with the top
merasakan
5.
yang
Is the
belum
Wildcats
dilihat.
that are able to
Betul,
jump
betul.
into that spot
Mantap,
with
Bang.
their last performance, and that's obviously a good thing here. But Sanak is a map that we have these healing strats going off of, and that's really the
Iya,
question:
ini mah
who's going to be able to
Karena
to
udah
make the best
ini
out
ya,
of it, and
pro
how
player
much
tuh kan
are they going to be able to
sering
loot? You see
Keseringan
here on
main.
screen, some teams
udah
are
paham
far
lah.
away
Keseringan di HBD.
outside the circle, but you want to try to get as deep as
Setiap di HBD
possible
belajar.
in the circles, potentially second and third circle,
Kalian
and
dari
then
mana
that's where
dong?
you start using everything and all
ini
your
dong,
heals. If
udah
we have a
ngecilin
northern
zona
circle
ketiga
shift,
nih.
we have a very close Paradise Assault, but Damonki is set up already. Virtual Gaming Squad set up already, and we have a lot of other
Zonanya
teams
nih
that are
ke
already in
atas.
the same vicinity
Iya.
here.
Biasanya
They're
kalau
gonna have some
Paradise.
teams in their
Biasanya kalau
proximity.
begini
The question is,
ngerucutnya
do they
itu
engage in
antara
fights? Do
Tatmok
they
dan Perdes
prioritize
gitu.
trying to stay 4 guys alive for this late game?
Kayaknya Perdes.
Yeah, and I think right now at this
Yeah,
moment
dia
it's just
seperti-
better to try to stay
Nggak
alive.
tahu lah
We have
sekarang.
TJB,
Anu,
Vampire Esports. These are two
circle-nya
teams that are
PUBG itu
currently
canggih
inside the
banget
blue
sih
zone
kalau
and far
Iya.
away, must I
Aku
add,
inget banget tuh.
from
Dulu
the
kalau
actual
turnamen
safe zone.
ada pawang
They
zona.
need to figure
Karena
out
memang
if they
ada-
want to continue to
ada
engage this,
cara
because this, in a
perhitungan
way,
zona
this
dulu.
is kind of
Misalnya
pointless, right?
sekian
Right.
sekian
It-
sekian bisa dibaca.
Ya.
This is just going to
Karena
hinder in a big way,
Oh.
and they actually
Pablo
decide to go
memang
for the 5.
ya, game
TJB
terbaik
being
nomor
able to
satu
strike
di mobile,
first
bro.
Keren
and being
banget.
able to
Iya.
eliminate somebody from Vampire Esports.
Pungkiri, sayang.
Schweb,
Aku
he
aja
sees
nggak
somebody.
bisa loh
Here comes
berpaling
Nades. Here
dari
come the
langsung.
Molotovs. Who's
Jangan
going to be able to get the
ditanya.
first knock?
PUBG
TJB
Mobile
does
adalah
decide to
game
back
terbaik
up.
di
He's going to try
dunia.
to find that angle. He
PUBG,
knows where he's at. He
PUBG,
currently has the
PUBG.
health advantage. Not anymore. Now they're a
Makasih
little
ya
bit
buat
tied up.
Falcon dan
And some of the other
Legend
TJB
yang
players
sudah
laying
ngembangin terus
back,
PUBG
trying to find
Mobile.
some of the other angles.
Mantap.
This is an
Sukses
interesting
terus,
fight for
PUBG
me.
Mobile.
One that I must say I don't agree with. And I think it's going to end up forcing one of these two teams to end up
Ayo,
with the heel
tebak
strap.
kamu yang mana?
They're searching him. Stone with the
Kamu
height
dukung
advantage
yang
decides
mana?
to back up
Aku
as well. I
memang-
think
Ini,
they
enggak,
decide, you
antara
know
dua
what,
ini,
I'm
antara dua
sorry.
ini.
Oh, aku
Schwab, I think they're just
Ah,
going to be able to
curang.
get you
Pampir,
unless
aku
he's able
pampir.
to somehow clutch it. And we
Yakin?
have seen it before. And as I say that, he ends up
Oh.
getting knocked by
Cukup
grenade.
tebakanmu.
That's a huge one for
Aku
them.
tuh tadi
Good points
pengen nembak
limited
ini,
there, but
cuman
also
ya.
now you're able to pick up more utility for that.
Ini pesulap
See what
merah ini.
Vampire's going to be able to do this for the rest of the game. Now,
Nomor
Donuts on
Indonesia,
screen.
Kak.
Ya ini
Apparently in
Indonesia
a
guys.
pretty damn good
guys.
situation for this one here. They're going to be
Indonesia
fighting.
ini.
Sabar,
Fox
Mars
also
mah
here
sabar.
in this
Iya.
situation.
Gue.
Tungguin aja, ini
Currently,
masih
both
match
those
ketiga ya.
teams in the middle of everything. And also USG Donuts, they are currently top 5 with 65 points, just 7. They obviously want to try to maintain that spot to try to get into the after party,
PUBG
because that is
Mobile,
where
Lord.
the dance floor starts.
Yeah, that's
PUBG
where the
Mobile
fun
World
will begin
Invitation.
and the madness will
ya.
also begin, my
Ini
ad.
2020,
And once
guys.
again, we might see
2022.
another engagement with teams that
Oh,
are
yeah,
just
yeah,
a little bit
lupa.
far away from the safe
Udah
zone.
mulai
They're going to
pusing
start getting
Jangan
damage from that blue zone. It's not going to be
kurang-kurangin, saya
too
nggak
much,
suka ini.
but we've seen it over and
Kalau
over
nggak
again.
saya
I'd rather
santet,
them
bro.
just
Santet
focus
ini.
on getting to that safe zone,
Pakai ini
getting to their
kesetir.
location, be
Right,
able to,
right.
if they can as well, loot a
Aduh,
little bit
aduh,
more, get
Mark.
some more utility,
Aduh,
and
kenapa
more
kenapa?
importantly, getting
Babe,
spotted,
babe.
almost getting
Bapak.
knocked. Actually,
Bapak.
ends up getting knocked and might end up getting
Rocky,
confirmed
ya Allah,
here
Rocky dalam zona
by
Rocky.
Powerful from Team Falcons, and you can see him just going at it. He's going to be able to confirm that. That's going to be one
Good
LM
points.
point
Iya, iya,
for
iya.
Team Falcons.
Important. We can hear people obviously
Yeah!
clapping the distance. Never
Dua,
alone
guys.
finds
Gak apa-apa,
another
aku
one.
percaya.
And the crowd goes wild. That is
Bisa,
good to
bisa,
Percaya
hear.
bisa.
Indonesia bisa
Support
ya.
for
Go Pride,
Falcons.
yo.
Doing quite well for themselves currently. Another point confirmed in the book for them. Yeah, it's going to be a total of 3 eliminations so far. Frenzy, last player for Morph, trying to set it into the circle now. He's just left with 9 bandages and a dream to try and make this happen.
He better start driving. He better start fighting, driving fast. And I can hear the crowd. Falcons Falcons, yeah, I'm all for it. Honestly, Falcons has surprised a lot of people. They've been playing great, and as we say that, guess what? TJB, Vampire Esports, the team that we're fighting earlier, they finally end up fighting that other player and gets eliminated. TJB, they are currently just Avenger. They're so far away from the zone, although that new circle might end up benefiting just a little bit.
Yeah, that could be a really interesting one. A sudden shift for this one. A lot of teams gonna have to move. Wildcats are one of them. 4 Rivals are one of them. Some of the teams that are right now outside the circle in the south side could move in and actually get some free terrain for this one. The question is how they're going to choose to do so. We're going to have a little bit of a replay here, see what happened with Vampire and TJP. Easy open door, surprise. And here's my point for me. We're down to 16 teams, 54 players remaining in this situation. Enigma Galaxy right now on screen. Some healings are going off. They're going to have to get in here on the southern side.
Enigma Galaxy, a team that has decided to slow down their playing style in a big way, I feel like, compared to yesterday. It has worked out for them so far today. And you can see RSG going up against a fight with yokkkk, Damwon and Kia just looking around, trying to figure out where stuff is happening. So they can maybe, possibly, somehow, third party this 52 Esports. You heard us talk about them earlier. They were aggressive. They do have
tapi apakah kalian dukung tim Indonesia?
That's not going to happen there. And I'm hoping we get a chance to see Enigma Galaxy because they're very close to a ton of esports. And we could see a fight ensue there as we do see as well Damwon and Kia very close to 52 Esports. More friends, the only player alive trying to secure some placement points.
Ada tuh yang kayak gitu di bola tuh.
More teams are on the northern side. There's a lot of teams.
Iya, dia bawa baju 2 ke stadion sih.
Jadi ditukar ya.
Dia dukung timnya, pas timnya kalah dibuka bajunya. Pakai baju tim lawan.
Super close to Ban.
Bisa ya kayak gitu
Still
ya.
have Paradise inside.
Bermuka merah.
First on screen, and he is really focused on locking down this compound. Currently, they are sitting in a decent spot too. Now shots are coming out. It's yokkkk versus Regans. McGrilling gone down. Fortunate for yokkkk.
Lightning.
After this game, we are going to be halfway through the main tournament. Ooh, that's a great amount of damage coming out from that nade there, 7.
That is a great nade there by yokkkk, and at this point now, Regans decides, you know what, I think we need to go back him up, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Regans right now with 9 kills, and I'm pretty sure they want to be able to add some more to the tally. And, if I'm not mistaken, I think that might have been back-to-back that I saw on the horizon. Trying to get an angle on some of these players. Can he make that jump? Ooh. Oh no! I really thought he was going to make it.
It looked like it for sure, but no. That is back-to-back as you were talking about here, putting some bullets towards the direction of Cielo. As you see on the screen, we still have TJB and Vampire down outside in the blue, trying to get as many heals as they can get off in action. Most elimination, 9 more than X-Ray from Wildcats. That is impressive.
Yeah,
House more damage still for that is crazy for Action for Star Wars. That is just insane amounts of damage coming out. Still the longest eliminations as we're talking about the Eagle Eye. $5,000 extra for the player that is able to have the 2 longest knockouts.
And then you have Action with 24 ilms. See, that's what I was saying. I don't know if I would take 7 ilms over Action. Action, if he stays alive, he might be able to get me some of that. Some of those ilms. And on top of that, some of the plays are wins. But yeah, if it's not Action, I would actually agree with you. I would rather take the 7 ilms.
Yeah, for sure. But like, because with 3 more players, you're going to get more out of it, right? On an average, you're going to probably get to squeeze out quite a significant more amount of points for that one. Now, 52, having a bit of a fight towards this Wildcat. Locks out in the distance, actually half HP. The other players are trying to decide whether we're going to do. We do have a next circle pop. It's gone southwest. So Paradise is no longer inside. The teams here on the northeastern side, the 52, they're going to have to move. Donuts, Damwon Kia is going to have to move too. Donuts looking decent at the moment, but we'll look in for those guys later. Outside the play zone, Ravenclaw goes down, and now the heal-off situation is not gone too well. Also, Wildcats are moving. Big macro rotation for them. They're trying to go all the way on the west side, try to sweep in and try to make this big rotation. Counterclockwise to get into that. Oh, what? Did he randomly find Jumper there? 4 Rivals? It's Team Falcons that finds that. That could be a big one. Now he jumps off the Bucky.
Erkun karena aku orang Malaysia.
Team Falcons
Mantap.
definitely going to try to see if they
Negara
can maybe pick up
masing-masing ya.
that player powerful. But for Rivals, he's playing that gatekeeper. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, but Lappy is being a little bit aggressive, and actually he's going to backfire. Yusuf's able to get some illims on 4 Rivals, and now the tables have turned, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, from what I saw there, Falcons might end up leaving one player to go for a heal off. As we do end up seeing TJB. I'm looking at the map here. TJB finally deciding to get in a vehicle and just hold to the zone. Falcons, never alone, trying to not get anybody to knock him. For Rivals, they're just deciding to back off too. It's interesting. You see 52 esports outside the zone as well, and then 4 Rivals might drive into box gaming. They don't end up driving in. Somehow, yokkkk is still alive, and as I said that, he ends up getting knocked. The vehicle ends up exploding, and that is it for 4 Rivals. Box gaming being able to take advantage, and Virtual Gaming Squad also taking advantage of the rotation from 52 esports as they're currently knocking some of their players.
Situation general here. There's Virtual Gaming Squad with the gatekeep on 52 potentially. Virtual Gaming Squad gets a knock on themselves. Now that's for 52 trying to push, gets knocked himself, gets finished off by Alvaluch quickly. Damonkia is out in 14th place without any eliminations at all. This is a rough game for them. Not what they were hoping for, of course, but so far today they've been a huge step up. This could be a huge grenade for Daku. Let's see how much he gets. Oh, perfect timing potentially. He's got a Renox Zeus. That is a huge one for Luigi. He's going to take more damage. It's really good that it was outside that little room there. Now Daku has to heal. He's going to go down to the zone. And that is actually a rough situation in general for 52 because they're going to go out in 13th place with just 2 eliminations.
Yeah, that's going to only be 2 points in there. We go. We're seeing the replay there between Break and BP from Box Gaming. Got those shots, ultimately being able to secure those 2 wins. RSG being able to knock Wildcats. And you can see Never Alone, one of the players from Falcons. I wonder if that was the player that was trying to get the heal off for Falcons because he just died to the play zone. We got Enigma Galaxy. Hamoudi, can he get this knock on MVP from Box Gaming? He's not able to see him. He's going to be able to see him now. Can he secure those knocks? He is going to be able to secure the knock. In the Illimus, that was the last player from Box Gaming, and Enigma Sally gets to move up a little bit more and getting closer to that safe zone.
8 eliminations though for Box to go out on that. It's really good to turn that around. Obviously not getting the place was rough, but that's good for them to at least get the eliminations here. Enigma Galaxy going out in 11th place, back-to-back fighting with TJP. This gets one down, more fights coming out. Polo goes down as well. Killswitch the last player for back-to-back. Let's see if we can make something happen in this situation here. Kiss is trying to heal off. It's a lot of damage taken from the blue zone.
Bertahan dulu
I think Killswitch is just going to back off. He knows that he can actually get into the zone or at least stay alive a little bit longer and just wait for the moment that TJP is going to have to push. Remember, TJP was a team that was inside zone for a very long time, so I am going to have to question how much heals they have. And as I say that, they only have, this is the last one. After that, he's going to have to push if he wants to do anything. And I think he might have been able to see Killswitch. No, Killswitch does end up getting in a different location. He might be able to get out here, and he is great awareness there by Killswitch.
Fantastic movement for them for that, but TJP goes out in 10th, 4 eliminations here. Virtual Gaming Squad takes some shots towards multiple teams. You see in the distance here, yokkkk and Istanbul Wildcats. Defoe is the last player. They have 4 eliminations though, but not as a good game as the last one that we saw from them. This next circle has gone further north, so multiple teams have to move in and try to get in. The game's got decides to take a car. It's a brave decision to do so. Let's see how much further they can take that one. But right now, a lot of teams are broken and battered. We actually have no teams that have more than 3 players alive. There's only one team that has that, and it's Virtual Gaming Squad here on screen. Gaddafi right now looking what they can do for that one. Coming out of Libya.
Kalau saran aku lebih baik heal dulu aja.
Wildcats also stone from Vampire East. Wow, Gaddafi being able to get those shots there on Francis. Morph gets eliminated with just 2 illims in Virtual Gaming Squad. They slowed it down, and right now it's working out perfect for them. And I was questioning what they were doing there with that truck. I wonder if they were maybe thinking, are we going to need it for cover? But instead, Hawk, you have so much cover from all the rocks that are just all over the place.
yokkkk actually the only team with 0 eliminations out of the ones that are surviving right now, and they're trying to make it in. A ton. You're gonna be gone off with that one. That is a ton out in 7th place. 3 eliminations 3 teams have only a single player left. 2 teams, the Reckons and the yokkkk, has a 1 player surviving right now. Virtual Gaming Squad with 5 eliminations has 3 players alive, and they're putting up pressure on these teams ahead of them. See if they can close this game out, or if they're going to lose any players to Reckons.
Yeah, Virtual Gaming Squad going to be going up against 2 players from RSG, but keep in mind, RSG, 11 elims for that team, and they started off hot, and I'm pretty sure they're going to continue to stay hot. As you see, Lightning getting ready to throw those grenades. It's going to come down to who's able to get that knock, because I believe RSG, if they can get a knock on those players from Virtual Gaming Squad, they might be able to win that engagement and just wipe them out. Kill switch, the only player standing from back to back. They had a horrible day yesterday, and I'm pretty sure right now, this halfway point, they were looking to change it. Well, guess what? You got some placement points, but after that, you weren't able to get more. VSG, VGS actually securing some points here on RSG, and that was it for RSG. yokkkk, even though they didn't have any elims earlier, guess what? They're getting into the party as well. Adrian, currently looking around, trying to figure out where the player from Virtual Gaming Squad is going to be. Adrian going for the push. Is he going to be able to get the knock? He is able to secure those elims, and Virtual Gaming Squad gets eliminated by yokkkk. And ladies and gentlemen, now it's a 1v1, and actually, it's going to be a heal off. Team Falcons, they were able, with that heal up, they were able to gather so many points.
Adrian's inside the zone, but he only has bandages. The question is, does Damar have enough for this heal off? Can he sustain longer until the circle closes? It's likely going to be yokkkk and Adrian, the first player actually out of the PMPL Spring split in Brazil to get all the MVP slots for that, but it is yokkkk. The boys coming out of Brazil to be able to close this one out here. Huge game for them on Sanhok. We're going to be halfway through today, and also halfway through the main tournament after this one.
Yeah, and I'm excited to end up seeing what that leaderboard is going to look like, because remember, Star Wars Esports got eliminated first. RSG, they're being able to pick up some steals, they've been able to get some elims, and as well, they've been able to get some chicken dinners. But overall, just absolute madness. Now you know why I love Sanhok, because it's absolute madness. You don't know what to expect. It ended up coming down to a heal off, which I'm okay with. That was an intense finish.
Yeah, super intense finish. Obviously, a situation where you have so many teams that are pushing, and also the pressure coming in from the north side. There's so many teams are fighting for the same terrain. I will say this though, I'm happy to see back-to-back being able to step it up here in Sanhok. They had a lot of eliminations as well. I think it was 6 they ended up with in a 6th place. So it's their best game so far in the tournament after 9 games. So they're able to turn it around just a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean the placement points that they're going to be able to get as well. I think in just that game alone, they got more points, at least half more points than they have gotten the whole tournament up to that point.
Yeah, they could potentially be doubling it if they're lucky, but it's just going to be about that. But again, yokkkk being able to close this one out here. It's going to be close in the very end. Came down to just a lot of single players trying to stay alive, trying to heal it off, and also being able to get some good amount of points here for this. Falcons against 2nd place, being able to do this for the home turf heroes is really good to see.
I could hear the crowd, all right? I could hear them. They're excited, and I'm hoping that they are going to continue this way. I want to see them in the top 5. If they continue on, we're going to have 2 Saudi teams on the after party, and it's going to be absolute madness.
Yeah, exactly. And that's actually going to be it for us today here. We are halfway through. We're going to go to a short break, but stay tuned after the break. You're not going to believe what the desk is going to show you.
Jadi total hadiahnya itu berapa?
3.
But what? You know what? They're not going to believe what we're going to be able to show them.
Yeah, the question is, do we show it or do they show it? That's the question. We're going to have a short break though very soon. But yeah, of course, once we get to the after party, we get to the dance floor. We're going to see what Maxman and Kalaris is going to be made of. I heard they're going to have a breakdance up to show me what they have learned from me throughout this event.
Yeah, I heard Maxman might end up getting a haircut too, so that's going to be...
I think it's going to be a mohawk, maybe?
I'm hoping he ends up going with a fade mohawk. I think that'll look great on him.
Alright, we're going to go to the break. Stay tuned and see what the desk is going to do.
Kali woi, berapa duit woi?
3 juta dolar ya, coba kita
Ya, kita kali dulu.
Kita hitung dulu guys, 3 juta dolar nih.
Buset,
rupiah
langsung hijau mata mah.
15 kali 3. 45 miliar.
Wow.
Total hadiah.
Guys, 45 miliar mah bisa ngapain aja
gila,
dah.
aku mah buka
mall aku.
OP warnet aku.
OP warnet.
Iya. Jadi
OP warnet.
Iya, jadi baik operator di rumah.
Buka kalau punya duit kayak gitu aku pengen buka e-sport aja.
Buka e-sport.
Gak bisa main lagi.
Tapi kalau kalah kalah ya.
Gak bisa bahasa Inggris nangis, tenang aja. Nggak, kamu gak sendirian Bang Yayan. Saya
Iya.
nggak bisa bahasa Inggris.
Bola merah only understand jauh.
Udah 2 jam menggunakan untuk pepet sih, mantap karena dia. Halo.
Mantap karena dia.
Tat kasih sehat nih, lagi makan. Mau kagak lu?
Siapa tuh?
Kak Ais.
Kak Alis. Udah kita cek-cek aja lagi ya.
Lihat nih. Kalian tahu nggak nih? Kalian tahu nggak guys? Ada event guys. Agak syok ya. Tapi pura-pura nggak tahu aja lah.
Ya biasalah. Aku tuh paling seneng dari PUBG ya. Kalau dulu aku inget banget masa-masa season 1 sampai 4 itu eventnya dikit
ya, dikit banget. Iya ya, aku ingat tuh yang kita
bahkan kita
main
kayak
tuh.
ayo dong update. Kalau
Terus
sekarang
sekarang, update-nya, eventnya update terus ya kayaknya.
eventnya
Ada
update terus dan PUBG-nya update terus.
Betul.
Misalnya nih, kan ada season event tuh. Kayak sekarang piramid. Entar piramid abis, paling cuma jeda berapa hari doang. Ada lagi event baru. Jadi kayak
seminggu lah.
ya seminggu lah maksimal.
Kayaknya aku rasa 2 minggu yang lalu ya aku ada event apa? Blackpink.
Oh iya.
Iya, tuh sekarang udah ada lagi guys.
Sekarang
Eventnya.
udah Blackpinknya udah nggak ada dan
Bentar
ganti
aja,
baru
kan?
lagi. Itu cepet banget loh itu. Dan kalau dulu tuh gratisan kayak gini tuh Tencent dulu emang agak-agak solid ya. Tapi kalau sekarang, Tencent is the best in my life.
Gila.
Itu bagusnya. Improve.
Ya, betul.
Karena waktu itu Tencent pernah bilang dia itu dengerin banget suara dari komunitas. Nah makanya itu karena kamu tahu sendiri kan, komunitas pasti gratisan dong nih.
Iya, tim gratisan ya
Nah
guys.
itu karena pada minta gratisan ya admin mendengarkan gitu ya kan.
Ya aku mau lihat dong mobil.
Mobil?
Ya mobil tuh. Kita
Oh, yang-
nggak gacha loh mobil.
Oh,
Udah
boleh?
lama banget guys. Nggak gacha mobil.
Oh, ini.
Tuh.
Speed drift ini ya?
Wow.
Cek kita lihat apa sebetulnya. Kangen season 6 bang, dengerin lagu Alam Bawah. Betul.
Wih, kita lihat. Set.
Wow.
Wow. Speed. Apa tuh?
Nah,
Oh, itu gacha guys.
iya ini untuk gacha nih apa nih? Speed drift. Tahu nggak ini merek apa?
Tebak merek guys.
Kalau kemarin kan Lamborghini. Sebelum Lamborghini, mobilmu apa? Mobilmu, ayo ingat 1, 2.
Tesla.
Oh iya Tesla ya.
Tesla.
Oh iya. Oh iya Tesla, Lamborghini.
Apakah ini Mercy?
Ah sebetulnya ya kalau kamu fokus kamu tahu ini namanya apa.
Oh iya, ayo. Coba kalian tahu nggak guys? Ini apa guys namanya?
Sebetulnya di layar ada guys.
Iya. Coba jangan
Oh iya,
kita
iya.
dong.
Sebetulnya ada nih.
Ayo guys, tahu nggak? Ada yang tahu nggak?
Tahu nggak merek
Aku
mobilnya?
kasih deh Yusi, mau nggak?
Yang tahu merek mobilnya kita kasih UC.
Berapa Yusi sayang? Mau kasih berapa kamu?
2 UC.
2 Yusi itu berapa duit? 50. Aku kasih 50.000 deh. Ayo guys, komen guys.
Jangan 50.000.
Berapa dong? 5.000 buat beli
500 UC.
Wah, ayo. Guys, 500 UC ya aku kasih kalian yang bisa tebak ini apa nama mobilnya. Ayo komen spam dong.
Ayo siapa yo?
Ayo, siapa nih?
Ayo 500 UC ya.
500.
Bener ya?
Ya, betul.
Hitung ya.
Oke.
Siapa yang paling banyak nebak ya? Siapa yang paling banyak nebak ya?
Siapa yang paling banyak nge-spam yang nebak ya?
Oke.
Oke, 1.
Sabar dong. Jangan
Aduh, nggak
buru-buru
sabar
dong.
dong aku rasanya.
Tunggu dihitung ya guys ya. Kalian spam ya. Siap-siap ya. 500 UC loh. 500 UC. Oh, gini caranya supaya kamu bisa ngubungin, sayang.
Ya.
Supaya kamu bisa ngubungin, baris pertama sebutin ini mobil apa, ya kan?
Ya.
Baris kedua sebutin
Nama IG.
iya, nama IG. Username IG.
Username IG.
Username Instagram, guys. Jadi nanti di ini ya. Jadi nanti di apa? Dihubungin dari Instagram ya. 500 UC ya.
Oke, guys, baris pertama sebutin nama mobil ini kalau kalian tahu, terus baris kedua kalian sebutin username IG kalian.
Ya, kita kirim 500 UC-nya.
Oke.
Kita hubungin dari Instagram. Tapi jawabnya harus bener ya sampai huruf-huruf terakhir, guys. Soalnya mobil ini tuh agak-agak tricky gitu, sayang.
Iya.
Kalau kamu perhatikan ya, kalau ini clue ya, guys ya. Mobil ini namanya agak-agak menipu gitu.
Iya, agak menipu.
Huruf-hurufnya itu agak gimana gitu, sayang. Iya kan?
Iya.
Oke. Kita hitung ya, siapa yang paling banyak komen itu yang menang ya. Kita pin komen berarti.
Ya, kamu foto aja. Foto dulu baru pin komen kah?
Pin komen aja.
Langsung.
Biar
Kamu yang pilih ya, kamu yang pilih.
Oh iya ya, takutnya nanti ke scroll ya.
Nah, itu.
Oh ya, aku foto
Ya,
guys.
dari foto aja ya guys ya.
Oke, siap ya. Spam ya guys ya, kalian copy dulu jawaban kalian.
Ya, copy dulu.
Baris pertama nama mobilnya.
Baris kedua nama username IG kalian.
Ayo. Siap ya. Baris pertama nama mobilnya, hurufnya harus sama ya. Nama mobilnya 500 UC, 500 UC.
Tenang aja guys, langsung dikirim malam ini ya.
Malam ini dikirim. Siap ya.
Ayo guys.
Spam ya, nih, kita foto nih.
Oke, ayo. Hitung kah?
1.
Tuh.
Ayo copy paste terus.
2. 3. Ayo guys.
Ayo di spam.
Gila, sabar. Kita tunggu dulu mereka nge-spam.
Biar dulu ya, biar adil ya. Sabar
iya,
dulu.
Biar adil ya.
Soalnya 500 UC, sayang.
500 UC.
Kita aja lihat UC kita aja 500 loh. Berarti kita kasih akun kita aja ini. Jangan dong.
UC-nya dong.
Oh, iya.
Jangan akunnya dong.
Mahal juga itu ya.
Rugi Pak ngasih akun, Pak.
Oke.
Gacanya mahal.
Siap guys, nih ku foto ya. Hitung sayang dari 5.
Oke.
Dari 1 sampai 5.
Udah komen semua ini, komen guys, spam.
Ayo yang paling banyak spam ini yang ditangkap.
500 loh, siapa lagi yang mau ngasih 500 UC itu? Kalau bukan Rakun.
Oke, 2 orang deh. Kita naikin.
2 orang. Dari 2 nanti naik lagi 5 guys. Ini pesulap merah nih rada-rada deh.
Enggak apa-apa, pesulap merah bagi-bagi ilmu. Ilmu duit. Oke, ayo.
Anjing.
1.
Itu mundur kan?
Oh iya.
Ya.
Dari 3 berarti.
5 kata kamu tadi.
Jangan panjang.
Aku panjangan, oke.
Kayak rambut saya dong.
3. Lagi lamain dikit.
Oke. Siap guys, 500 UC. 2 orang berarti total 1000 UC.
1000 ya, oke. 3 2 1. Oke, yang
ini
pertama,
dia
yang
pemenang pertama.
Oke, lagi dong. Kita cari lagi yang kedua.
Kita kalau bisa di pin komen nih, nggak bisa ya.
Saha.
Ini.
Oh ya.
Ini orangnya nih.
Gas.
Wih loh.
Cepatnya.
Oke guys, yang pertama menang adalah. Bacakan sayang nih.
Oke.
Bener nggak itu?
Ini kan?
Kowe samain dulu. Jangan lihat ke situ apa. Kok? Jangan dibaca.
Aduh, bela banget deh. Temenku ini sabar ya guys ya. Sabar. Salah. Sabar guys, salah. Kita cari lagi ya.
Kita sebutin. Bang Nur Fauzi Akbar, jawabanmu salah. Hurufnya ada yang kelebihan.
Oke.
Aduh sayang.
Lagi, cari lagi.
Cari lagi.
Ayo guys. Cari lagi ya.
Ya, cari lagi.
Oke, lagi.
Bentar.
Oke. 3, 2, 1.
Oke, kena
Oke.
nih. Ya malah video. Gak apa-apa. Sabar nih. Aduh, sabar. Salah pencet nih. Oke.
Satu. Siapakah yang akan menang?
Oke, ini dia.
Ayo, pin sebelum hilang.
Nih.
Wih, coba guys kalian
Nggak,
cek.
kita koreksi.
Mana pin komennya?
Nih. Ih, salah tahu.
Salah ngepin ya, ngebut banget cuy.
Ih, ngebut banget, guys. Sabar guys. Kagak bisa ih. Salah. Ayo, IG-nya mana, guys? Ah, ini sayang.
Nah,
Ya Allah, cepet banget, oi.
sematkan. Siapa yang kena semat nih?
Kok?
Eh,
Wah, betul cuy, 1 cuy.
Oke, ini
Tuh.
yang pertama ya.
Ini pemenang pertama ya. Siapa nih? Bang Nurholis.
Bang Nurholis, Bang, selamat ya. Abang pemenang pertama, dapat 500 UC.
Nanti kita hubungin di Instagram ya. Foto dulu sayang itu.
Oke.
Foto dulu itu.
Bentar.
Oke, kita cari yang kedua.
Oke, kita cari yang kedua, guys.
Oke, hitung lagi sayang, hitung lagi.
Oke.
Guys, hadiah 500 UC ya. Berarti ini 1000 UC total nih. Hitung sayang.
Satu lagi, guys. 3.
Ayo, spam.
Spam, guys.
3.
2. 1. Kita lihat, guys. Woi.
Wih, kayaknya
Betul.
bener.
Betul.
Ya, ini dia pemenang kedua ya. Sudah resmi ya.
Siapa itu? Bacain dong.
Kak Ariesta
Oktavianus.
Oktavianus.
Woi,
Oke.
gila. Selamat ya, Kak. Nanti aku chat Kakak dari IG.
Dari Instagram ya kak ya. Nanti akan dihubungin lagi.
Oke.
Selamat.
Kita langsung aja masuk ke game ya.
early
Let's
in
go.
the game here.
Empat ya.
But for Team Seoul,
Yeah, ini
potentially
keempat,
this
guys.
is now a chance
Wah,
for them.
gila.
Today
Gimana
and
rasanya
yesterday
menang
has been
500 UC?
extremely
Iya,
rough for
gimana
Team
tuh? Seneng
Seoul,
nggak kalian dapat
and I
500
think
UC,
that
Ya, kalau kalian
they just
enak,
aren't
kalian
showing
enak.
all that they've got here. Potentially
Gampang,
with
bisa
Gakka being
diatur.
in this circle and so much ground around them being free, there is a chance here for them to prove themselves here on our angle.
They have those opportunities, right? This is
Udah,
when
guys,
you are
udah,
given
guys,
that
udah.
sort of
Kita
chance,
fokus
the
lagi
thing
bentar
that
ya.
you need to take. But with teams like Vampires waiting in the wings, with teams like TJB who have been doing some pretty good stuff here and there, I would say, coming down from North George as well, it's going to be not the easiest of tasks. Certainly always going to be pretty difficult to prove yourself in this lobby. As we're on board with Goblin, looting up on one of the North Gakka compounds. Akshat currently scouting around the Everest Foothills compounds.
Already heading down, but
Itu
down
jelas
one
nih.
has actually
Terima
made a
kasih.
very speedy
kasih,
rotate here, and this is a change they've been making
Selamat
quite
ya.
frequently at the moment, especially even on game one
doanya.
today, match one, which was our angle once again. We saw them head up towards Rozok, challenge USG out for that position. We got a heavy northern shift there, and immediately down one's on the move. Yesterday they were playing a little bit afraid for my liking. I'm so much more used to them actually playing central. So a little bit of an issue there for them, but today they're really taking matters into their own hands.
Can't quite hear what they're saying, but there's certainly a vibe.
More. Rocky nih.
They're going for it. We're on board
Ini ya. Senayan.
with more. Everybody having a good time here in Riyadh. Certainly, I am too. I mean, I've been really enjoying this tournament so far. Certainly a lot of dynamism, a lot of
Ini
changes
mereka
as well
ini
day to day.
live-nya
which I was
dari Riyadh ya guys ya.
a big fan to see
Di
of so
Arab
far
Saudi.
in the
Oh,
day.
my
Down
God.
one Kia currently.
Di Riyadh
Just
ya.
picking up some
Yeah,
vehicles,
yeah.
getting organised
Tahu
for the
nggak?
rollout.
Riyadh itu salah satu
Try and channel their inner Autobot.
lokasi
Absolutely. I thought the main stage was packed yesterday, but just looking at that image there, you know, the main stage is even more packed. So really good to see the turnout here from Saudi Arabia. Everyone's coming along to cheer on their favorite teams, who I assume maybe is Team Falcons, but perhaps we have a couple more members in there who have their own individual teams that they're enjoying to watch. Just looking at our top eliminators in the lobby, you know, Lightning from RSG currently topping the boards at the moment today with 12 eliminations total, 600 damage ahead of second place Action with only 9 elims today. I say only, it's quite a bit, but he's on 800 damage total, so very, very well done to Lightning from RSG, doing really the lion's shares of the work, and today he is bringing the thunder.
You saw Ravenclaw pop out his front right tire.
Okay.
I don't know quite why he would have done that. I was thinking, oh, maybe he's got the back right tire that's down, but not entirely sure what's going on there. But you know what? Ravenclaw's a smarter man than me, certainly, in a lot of these games.
Yeah, well, what he knows is that he's on the ferry pier right now, right? He could, if he wants to go left, he's going to go right into the water. Shoots out the front right tyre, means the car is now steering off to the right-hand side. There's no way he can go into the water now. It's a next-level play.
That's incredible. He's seeing the future in a way that I just can't, right? He's seeing 100 steps ahead.
That's right.
I'm only at 36 about right now. So.
He sees the thin sheets of time slowly coalescing into an edge. He sees the time.
That's so deep. So true. So true, so deep.
Oh, dear me.
That's gonna,
Yeah, let's see.
That's gonna be on your gravestone, I think.
You reckon? My quote.
Yeah, absolutely.
About our boy Ravenclaw. But yeah, so this is actually a decent position for them regardless here in Primorsk. A decent place to start from. We talked about this nice and early on. A lot of these other teams potentially out of the way. Tongjiabao heading back towards that prolific North George spot. That's where they started to see a lot more success over on EU. So hopefully this is something that we can continue to see on our angle. They have been a real pain for a lot of these other teams when it comes to rotating, specifically Vampire Esports, but this game, the tables are flipped. It is TJB who have to come to Vampire Esports.
The shoe is on the other turntable.
That's right. I don't know who put it there, but it's there now.
Spinning around. The next circle is going to decide a lot of the pace of this next gameplay as it comes up. It will decide if we get that military base shift or back up to that mainland. We'll see where this one pops. It's about to come through, as you can see that on your screens. Going to be deciding the pace of these next couple of minutes of gameplay.
You jumped the gun here. It's not quite there yet, but we'll wait for it to shift through. We have had a lot of hard shifts, so Southeast hard shift could be very, very interesting. It's something I imagine that Stalwart would be loving to see here. Aton Esports currently holding out that bridge on the eastern side. You can see that on your screens, though they are flanked by back-to-back. We do get pretty, I would say this is technically central circle here, considering we're pulling away from that water back onto the mainland. So Stalwart do need to now start thinking about how they want to approach this. Now, they could easily rotate down towards the Wildcats, but they've refused to do that in earlier games. So this eastern rotate for them past farm is going to be a little bit more simple for them, though they will run into this wall of teams.
Aton trying to take shots over towards back-to-back and ostensibly succeeding in their endeavor. J7 already going down, getting flushed out. Looks like the representatives from NA are just going to have to take the L on that one, unfortunately. Not ideal. Team Seoul, in the meantime, they started yokkkk. They moved down to the ridgeline that's got a lot of trees, a lot of hills, a lot of cover. So they're on the south side of this this central cluster of teams right now. And to be honest, I think that's the right decision for them. I really like that area. I've talked about it a lot whenever I've seen these sorts of circles. I think it's got a lot of opportunity to move away from, and I think it's got a lot of nice cover and nice positional advantage.
That's crazy. ST is so far behind the guys from Atom, but already taking a couple of knocks their way. So they're already, you know, clearing the space in front of them, even if the space in front of them is around about 500 meters. But we do know that after Stalwart had Bootcamp brutally taken away from them on last Sandhog, they're looking to lay claim to a little bit more of the landmass at the moment. You know, still show the rest of the lobby that they are the dominant force here in the PMWI.
Roll up the sleeves, get stuck in. They will do some of these.
He says as he literally rolls up his sleeves.
Inspiration follows real life, you know.
Inspiration follows yourself.
I am the inspiration.
Inspire
You're right,
yourself.
Blink. I'm glad you think I'm the inspiration. That's very nice of you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna have to hold on to that forever.
Ya nggak apa-apa.
He's never gonna say something so nice to me again.
USG, I think you
Namanya juga
mentioned this
Blink,
actually.
kan?
We were watching our angle, the first match of the day, and you were talking about, you know, they were stuck in Rozhok and they refused to move. And that wasn't a case of they couldn't move. Maybe they were stuck behind Damwon, but Damwon just sent it all the way to the northern side, got a central compound. But this game, USG is attacked onto that and they decided to make a quick move nice and early, waiting for Enigma Galaxy to maybe vacate just a little bit out of Pachinki. They're taking Church Hills here, so this is a decent place to be starting. RSG, Regans, they're still just trying to find a little place to call home. I believe they're in the mix of it, just above Box Gaming, right on the south coast. You can see them there, just holding on to the roadside. They've got a 2-2 split at the moment, so really striking out here. I think that confidence from a couple of the games previously has bled into their gameplay massively.
You would hope, you would certainly hope. Regans right now, as you say, in the mix. They've got Box to the south, they've got Stalwart to the eastern side. On the north end of them, I think they've got Aton and a couple of those other teams as well to be worried about. Enigma Galaxy as well, as the map is going to close yet again in just a matter of moments. So far, not a big pop-off circle, but I imagine the next one is likely to be a little bit more dramatic.
Absolutely, and just looking at, you know, Damwon, they've already lost one player here, so they send in. I respect that they're playing a lot less afraid here. They have lost one player, but it's not the end of the world. Specifically when you see this circle here, this is really, really important. You get the southwest shift, and just look at the amount of teams on that northeastern edge. Goodness me, yes, Damwon's lost one player, but the amount of players that are going to be lost just in this hailstorm on the northeastern side is going to be horrific, to say the least.
It's good for teams like Vampires, like Team Seoul, who are further down on that southwest side already in that ridgeline that I talked about earlier. They can hold on to that and try and use that as some sanctuary. Unfortunately, the eastern side is going to get pushed on.
Regans, they've had to immediately leave that 2-2 split, come together now and try and figure out what they can do. They're looking towards the roads. They have some vehicles. This tree line is played very, very often, has really good sight lines over towards the road. Wildcats, I'm not sure how long they're going to spend in this position, but I think they're just running straight past down towards Vampire Esports. Team Seoul, they've lost 2 already, so not really able to translate that early rotation from yokkkk in the beginning. But Damwon, oh, they had one down, but they were able to bring him back up again. So Damwon currently at a 4-man. This is a surprise to me, but fantastic stuff either way.
Seoul have let it slip down to 2 as well, so they have a pretty decent spot for Damwon here. Falcons losing a player on the crossing out the open jumper, able to see off Damar. And now the Falcons have to figure out what they're going to do. Based on that information, they know where another team is, and they're playing in these fields. They've just made it to a shack, and they're just going to try and hold up for the time being. With Vampire on your oversight, though, it's not going to be the most comfy of positions.
Absolutely, you do need to be very, very careful. Now Vampire, in one of these places, like the little ditches, it's quite easy to get caught out here. Luckily, there's not too many teams around them specifically because, you know, there is a lot of open ground in this area. With so many teams watching, I think Vampire Esports can feel quite safe in their positioning for the time being. Team Falcons, though, they're being harried. A couple of teams taking shots their way, but so many teams able to make their way in. Stalwart making a long wrap over towards the northern side at the moment, but there is such a big line of field here on the eastern side that so many just want to head down towards the west. Now, the next circle could be extremely cruel, and currently teams are just trying to find a place in the circle that they can hunker down in.
They're trying to find that golden position, get a little glimmer of treasure. And if you want to get a glimmer of treasure as well, you're in luck. Because from the 4th to the 13th of this month, there is a 50% off PMWI pack sale. Get it straight, get a set straight away, and 5 chances to draw PMWI treasure chests as well.
And from the 14th of August through to the 15th of September, just in case you missed that previous sale, were extremely nice. There's still 16% off PMWI packs, and you get 6 chances to draw PMWI treasure chests.
Next circle comes on in down towards the bridge, which leaves Vampires in the circle again on this ridge line that we've talked about a couple of times now. The western edge, though, looking to be pushed in potentially by TJB, by Falcons, and I think that's, who else is that on the western end? That was yokkkk as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so yokkkk currently in this area, TJB just barreling their way into the circle at the moment. Yet to take too many casualties, but swinging straight past Vampire Esports directly towards the Wildcats here. But Ravenclaw in the tower, taking shots down, he's skirt, he's out of the vehicle. The car's going skirt in its way as well.
DK first takes a tumble outside the Wildcats compound. It looks like Fluka is looking for the flush, pick up a point, take it away. Xiao trying to get away in the buggy. Lin as well running for Ferry Pier, for that area to try and get a little bit of cover, to try and stay alive. Nades from outside the window. And the crowd cheers. Falcons hold out for the moment in the shack.
Falcons really have captured the hearts of the people here in Riyadh at the moment. It's so great to see. I mean, they are just in the shack at the moment, guys. Why? This is a mean replay to show out at that.
Right,
we had
timing.
cheers for them. And now we get to see them explode. But again, they're still in the circle at the moment. Stalwart, though, living. They're on the northern edge. They still have to cross the field, so, and that is the difficulty when it comes to this circle. Down one, on the other hand, still holding strong here. You know, you're going to get bruised and battered on the way in if you try and change this gameplay very quickly. They wanted to come into today with a little bit more oomph.
Speaking of them, there's an auto shot to go around the side. Soul with the remaining two players clash with Nigma Galaxy. Two players alive and up and standing. Only the one for Soul right now on the top floor. It's Akshat to hold off against Freak as he pushes through. Stays alive but low HP. Info given. An ankle tapped as well as Lord's timer does tick down lower. Push from Ralph. The first aid not quite there. And Akshat falls. Soul eliminated.
What is that? Is that a Molotov from his own teammate? Ralph actually? No, he won't bleed out from that. He'll stay just alive long enough. Get a quick replay here. It's 52 Esports rocking up on Falcons. One goes down on the approach. Oh, over the top. Okay.
Beautiful. What a way to stop a crash. I mean, take them down before you get there. Love to see it. Box with 3 players now on board on the eastern side of the circle, next to Virtual Gaming Squad. As VGS with 4 players alive against the 3 of Box to hold this out.
Virtual Gaming Squad looking to make their way into this compound. Box, though, holding the warehouse. There are smokes available to a couple of these teams. You can see Regan's off in the distance with DD there. I think the main advantage that Vampire Esports have gotten from this particular circle, though the ditch maybe is just a little bit misleading, is they've got so much information just gathered because they haven't had to move whatsoever, whereas it's been a gauntlet for everyone else.
The Americas clash, yokkkk and back-to-back on this hillside, very, very close to one another, taking shots either which way. But it's actually the Donuts who come through, I believe. No, Stalwart, sorry, taking shots over towards Cielo. We'll be able to take down one of those yokkkk players and give back-to-back a little bit of time to get J-Way back up to his feet.
Oh my goodness me, next circle pops and it's right on top of Regans. And look at that, a gift from the skies, a loot box directly on their position. Regans really do want to translate this. And with the current scoring they've done today, they might even be able to shoot up into a third, second, or even a first if they have a very, very good game here on Erangel. Stalwart, on the other hand, they're taking heavy casualties on this western edge. It's not been easy for them. They've headed up the eastern bridge, over the top side. Now they're trying to wrap in on the west. And again, the circle moves away from them.
All this group of teams on the west going to have to push in. Looks like Never Alone gets spotted. The Falcons, they're going to have to move, and I don't think Yusuf's going to have the best time. Moving forwards for these next couple of minutes, Donuts USG, 4 players alive. Down 1 Kia, 4 players alive as well. All of these teams on the northwest side have cover. They are in this next circle.
Yeah, Down One's been holding a very, very good compound for a very long time, especially with their instant push into here. Back-to-back, though, send yokkkk back into the blue here and back to the lobby.
Getting their teammate back up pays dividends, as they are able to eliminate the sidelines. But Vampire Esports are on the bead. This is Stone on the back of their progression into the circle. He's a rear guard right now, trying to harry B2B. Not going to be able to land too many shots, but forcing them a little bit further north, as they're going to crash straight on into Donuts USG and actually be able to get one of the rundowns. Mikun Omikun not going to have the best of times with that one, unfortunately. Still
Nabrak.
get eliminated. A
Wow.
back-to-back straight into the Damwon Kia compound. There's two teams here. If they fight through Damwon Kia, they're going to have to deal with a little bit more. Julie holds the gap, holds the line for Damwon Kia as Polo has to think about healing up here. In pushes first. The vehicle goes up in flames, and with it, back-to-back forward guard.
Shrapnel directly to back-to-back here, and they are not going much further. Damwon Gaming, though, now they have to think about keeping everyone off this position. They've done extremely well. We've seen them lighting up the elimination feed at the moment, taking shots all over the place. But even so, there is now two teams in their vicinity. 4 rivals, the Indonesian team, as well as Iraq and Enigma Galaxy, who have managed to coast their way into that southern edge.
A quiet game so far for Vampire Esports. They've been holding their stronghold on this ridgeline, and now they're going to start to slowly gain steam. There we go, finally got it out. As Damwon Kia finally have it out for the Donuts USG squad. Missile behind the vehicle. That place has not been safe historically. It's not going to be safe anymore. 4 rivals enter the fray as well, as Forest drops the smoke out to try and get a little bit of respite. But Jumper gets knocked. And everybody else from 4 rivals gonna be a little bit slower now, but there's nades starting to pop into the warehouse. Looks to put the damage in and move closer to this next circle.
Voki tries to drop a grenade over the top. Previously, the team's ambassador turned player, and he's been doing really, really well for the team, but he does go down in the middle of it. Regans, though, taking the fight to Vampire right on that southwest coast. So, you know, even southwest edge, even though they are in the center of the circle right now, they are being very proactive. These shots are unbelievable with the AOG over towards Stoned.
Trying to slow them down, and if you can slow the Vampires, that is absolutely phenomenal on that western edge. Draw the attention that way as well as they try and make their push. They're down to 2 with Ravenclaw on the floor. Traps tries to make it to the tree, but Ravenclaw is going to get picked up here.
Regans still going strong for them. And through from the bottom of August through the 13th, all users in a specific region of the top 3 teams will have the chance to win a prize. You get maximum of 1 award per user though, so make sure you make it count, just like Wildcats are here, trying to make their way into the circle. Defoe goes down to Rocky, and it's a rocky start for Wildcats. And they are clambering.
1-2 punch from Rocky to slow everything down, stay in the round.
Nice try.
Now Lightning, Box Gaming, eliminated in the meantime. Lightning just striking seemingly more than once. As teams just start falling like flies. There was absolute chaos here on the south side.
You cannot say that this guy has not done so much for the team, but I will say even though Regans only have 7 eliminations so far, it really does not matter. Honestly, they have put in so much work, so many little bits of damage around the map that he has crushed people coming into the circle. They have been cut up on the way in, and Regans, they're the barbed wire.
It's going to be really difficult to get anything done against this squad now as the Wildcats try and make their last-ditch attempt. Just Lux out in the shack, potentially going to try and heal out and get a little bit further into this game. Wait for a couple more teams to be eliminated, as Damwon Kia at risk of being one of those teams. It is just Sung now. After their position on that northwestern side, they have really suffered in these fights. They've been the team to fend off everyone on that western edge, and they are paying the price. The consequences are coming home to roost. Enigma Galaxy putting the pressure on Sung.
There is still an opportunity here for him. He jumps through the window, gets one. Ralph's very low HP. The shots from the side, but it's 4 rivals to take him down. Goodness me, Sung could have had a real run with that one. Still 8 eliminations and a 6th play. This is beautiful stuff for Damwon Kia, but it's Regan still with 4 players remaining. And I'll say it again, this team has just not waited quietly in the center of this circle. They've been all over the place. Flower tries to take some shots down, will get knocked in the process, and there's a vehicle coming up towards him.
It's an even trade there, and they will try and keep him alive as well. Having 4 players in this final circle is going to be incredibly useful. 4 rivals down to 3, Enigma Galaxy down to 2.
Enigma Galaxy just trying to keep themselves alive here, but it's the Indo team of 4 rivals who have really suffered so low on HP at the moment. Enigma Galaxy going to try and make their push up. This is a different Enigma Galaxy to what we saw yesterday. Fantastic stuff from them, and they're looking to take down the final players, but it is Jumper. This guy is a clutch maestro, but Ralph just spots the legs and will take out the calves.
2 versus 4 now. 2 teams remain. It is Once again, Regans from China
Masa
starting to
Baris
step
jadi
up,
terus
starting to gain a little bit of
kayak
traction.
banget ini.
And we are going to be seeing them take the fights to Enigma Galaxy as Ralph goes down. Just Lord, 1 versus 4. And you've got to wonder what can be done against Regans. 11 eliminations. Well, they do lose a player. Lightning goes down. They have been found just a little bit lacking there. Lord, though, low HP. Takes the fight, nade in hand. Flower has backup from his team. Finds another, and there's the nade. It looked maybe like something could happen, but the Regans had it on lock.
I did not expect that from Lord there. The fact that he was able to make that happen the last moment, he was so aggressive as well. Very, very different type of Enigma Galaxy than what we've seen before. Very, very well done.
Excellently closed out, excellently defended on their position. That compound was so brutal for all of the teams who wanted to step in there.
Goodness me, Regans though, they pull it through once again. Another chicken dinner on the cards for them. Regans, they're not letting up, and I think this is the kind of game that could even send them up towards that first position. We'll have to find out, you know, after the break. But before we get there, quick little breakdown. Honestly, really well done to a lot of those teams. I have to admit, if you were any of those teams on the northeast edge, you know, it was just an absolute battle to get through there. A real assault course to get even into the circle at all. And even when you were in, you had to contend with all the other teams in the field.
Yeah, no, it was really very difficult. It's what we call a bad time.
Gini guys.
Tensi tinggi banget ini.
Iya. Nah, tadi kan kita lagi bahas-bahas Koningseng ya.
Iya.
Nah, gara-gara ini nih.
Koningseng.
Seribiusi nih melayang.
Bukan Koningseng, nggak ada N itu.
Oh, Koningseng ya?
Iya, Koningseng. Terus?
Koningseng. Hey.
Nggak ada N loh, bukan seng loh ya.
Oh, gini. Kita main aman aja. Koningsek. Koningsek.
Iya, Koningsek.
Koningsek.
Daripada salah arti ya.
Koningsek. Ah, ini ada cara-cara gratis gak nih ngeredemnya nih? Kayaknya nggak ada sih ya.
Coba nih apa nih, kita klik dulu. Ini gambar apa ya? Ular kah? Kepala kobra bukan itu?
Pick up 3 vehicle. Oh, bukan, itu mah kunci sayang.
Mana?
Kuncinya Koningsek. Iya,
takut
ceritanya.
banget.
Nah,
loh, ini nih, Lucky.
Koningsek Lucky Badge. Jangan dong, itu kunci mobil, oi.
Iya, oi.
Makanya dia 1.500.
Harus dilihat dong.
Oh iya.
Tahu iya kan?
Ngebug gitu ya. Kamu bisa ngeredem gitu maksudnya.
Siapa tahu langsung ini ya ada 1.500.
Gratisan ya.
Ayo nih.
Coba lihat tadi yang biru.
Kagak ada Yuzi aku. Keren. Ijo. Ini yang hijaunya guys nih, ini. Bada.
Selera viewers tuh yang mana sih?
Nih. Wah, kamu yang mana yang?
Coba. Yang biru coba, biru lagi.
Nih.
Kurang
aku
sih.
Yang biru.
Enggak, aku kurang.
Nih ya, lihat ya. Aku biru loh yang
coba
mau ikut-ikut.
Biru muda.
Cyber
Okay.
Nebula. Oh, Nebula. Kalian tahu gak di film ini Galaxy? Apa
Star Wars Galaxy
Avengers tuh yang Nebula tuh
yang
kayak robot kepalanya tuh. Nah, ini sama dah.
Iya, aku ini sih.
Ini?
Iya.
Hijau ini.
Jet.
Phoenix. Oh iya, ini tuh tentang Galaxy. Ini Dark Phoenix, tahu gak?
Oh iya.
Bukan pecinta Marvel ya.
Pecinta sih tapi nggak pernah hafal.
Nih.
Iya, Oren juga keren sih.
Keren semua, keren banget ini mah, keren semua cuy.
Keren sih sebenarnya.
Keren semua guys, cuman di sini kagak ada.
Nah, nanti lah, boleh lah.
Boleh lah ya, Min ya. Diisiin.
Boleh min, give dulu.
50.000 Min.
Iya, 50.000 sih aman.
Ini ada musiknya tahu. Team
Ada
up
musiknya?
board show animation. Kita lihat kali ya.
Boleh show animation, boleh.
Boleh ya. Oh, yang tadi tuh. Widih. apa saya ini cycle musiknya? Kita cek kah?
Hati-hati sih ya.
Oh nggak salah ya.
Iya kalau.
Oh ada notif kah ini? Apa sih ini?
Oh nih misalnya kamu kan masuk ke room orang. Nah nanti di layarnya dia muncul itu.
Oh
jadi kayak
anjay pamer.
Apa ya kayak Sultan masuk.
Iya. Oh
gitu
cocok
loh.
nih untuk pamer guys.
Cocok buat orang-orang dengki.
Bukan kalau masuk ke temen nih ya kan. Lu udah gacha belum? Coba lihat gua dong.
Invite dong.
Ada yang
ini
baru
sih,
nih.
Nanti akan kubongkar ya triknya ya. Jadi trik ini nanti akan kubongkar.
Pesulap merah ada aja dah. Tukang bongkar mulu.
Gak push, sabar. Nanti kita push.
Mau nge-push guys.
Jangan sekarang tuh.
Kita klik ya sekali ya.
Aduh.
60 doang pak.
60 doang?
Kita bagi-bagi viewers 500.
Ya boleh lah, klik lah.
Kenapa jadi Sunda dah logatnya? Ngomong apa toh?
60 Yuki.
Wih. Oh dari yang pertama nih.
Dapat 3 lumayan.
Kolek ya?
Ya.
Kolek.
Oh nanti aja kolek letter aja, biar agak seru gitu.
Oh iya.
Ya Yusimu kan ada 470 tuh.
Oh ayo kita gacha aja ya, kita gacha aja.
Ya dikit-dikit lah. Sebat lah.
Sebat.
Wih, speed plus 2 kemana tuh?
Mana tuh?
Nih, parasut.
Oh ini ya? Kolek ya?
Jangan.
Sabar kah?
500.
Oh 500, kurang dong 500.
Gak apa-apa deh. Parasut bagus juga tuh.
Iya, kita kolek aja lah ya.
Iya. Oh random. Ya
gantungan. Woi kenapa dikasih gantungan? Parasut kek.
Kayak habis wisata dari Jogja. Beli
gantungan
gantungan
yang harga 1.000
ya. Harga 1.000.
Bangke.
Bentar. Gacanya akan ngulang lagi dari awal kalau kamu kolek sekarang. Jadi gimana? Beneran mau kamu ambil ini? Saya kasih pilihan deh, tirai 2. Mau pilih tirai 2 atau gantungan kunci?
Ganti deh, tirai 2 aja.
Udah gantungan kunci aja.
Gantungan kunci mak, buat apa?
Equip dulu dong.
Oke. Mana tuh? Ke tas ya, kita inventory.
Ya, back. Ya, inventory.
Ini
Tas.
di sini ya, gantungan.
Di tas dong, Bu Haji. Tuh tas rakun.
Di mananya?
Ornamen.
Oh, sini sebelahnya. Oh, ini.
No. Ajib, uy. Wow.
Malam kasih halo, Kak Abli. Malang hadir dari Malang. Anjir kayak super deal. Iya nih. Bang, lu menang ya. Nanti gua set nih.
Ya, Bang Nurkoli, sabar nanti di DM ya.
Woi, ini nih. Nih. Ini mobil Tamiya anjir yang di SD.
Kamu tadi kan gacha mobil. Dapet
mobil-mobilan tapi
versi Hot Wheel. Ya nggak apa-apa lah.
Lumayan ya daripada sama sekali nggak dapat. Ada apa lagi nih? Banyak anjir.
Banyak sih. Cek event aja, euy.
Event.
Ya, cek
nih ya guys, ada event baru nih. Nah, tuh ini. Halo yang dari Labuan Bajo.
5 and Drive tadi sudah, wih.
Oh iya ini sudah nih 5 and Drive. Tadi suruh ngecek Bapak
iya, maksudnya ada apa lagi sih?
Iya.
Soalnya PUBG sekarang banyak banget eventnya.
Festive Party.
Yang tadi ya.
Ya, ada Parao, ada X-Suite. Nih guys. Tuh, X-Suite ini yang itu tadi ya yang
iya,
Ratu
Parao.
ya. Ratu. Ini Parao ya.
Iya, Parao.
Nih guys. Alliance of
DS.
Apa ini?
DS sih bacanya.
DS.
Apa tuh? Klik aja.
Ini. Oh, misi ya?
Oh, ini. Ya, Ini klik kiri-kiri nih. Oh, dapat baju.
Sebentar. Ini dapat ini golden serpent.
Ini kan untuk di lobby.
Yang kita ngasih orang tuh guys, kalau kalian lihat di lobby tuh ada kotak-kotak tuh, biasanya kita dapat koin kah apa isinya.
Oh gitu.
Ini
Baju.
oh baju guys, dapat baju nih. Ih keren banget.
Ih keren loh, gratisan loh.
Mm-mm.
Permanen itu?
Coba lihat dulu.
Permanen, soalnya nggak ada.
Oh,
Biasa
iya,
ada
iya,
tanda
iya.
kayak apa itu?
7 misalnya gitu ya, 7 hari. Ini apa nih?
Pencet
Stiker.
aja plusnya, pencet plus. Oh, bisa beli juga skin. Oh, bukan.
Bukan cuy, ini nah lihat ini.
Oh, ngisi. Oh, jadi gini caranya ya kan. Gini ya, ini ya menurut aku ya. Jadi pertama-tama klik ini kan. Nah, kamu kan harus menyelesaikan misi ini. Nah, setiap kamu menyelesaikan kan dapat 70, 50, 20, 70 kan?
Iya.
50, 20, 70. Nah, gimana caranya kamu dapat ini? Item-item gratis ini, kamu harus beli. Nah, belinya itu supaya apa? Supaya gambar-gambar ini jadi full terisi. Nah, contohnya ini ada karakter yang helm besar.
PUBG.
Nah, dia kan apa? Harus pegang AKM kan?
AKM.
Berarti kita harus beli AKM-nya.
Ya, kalau
M4.
ini ada Scar.
Nah, di ujung kiri yang cewek Scar. Ujung kanan M4.
Ya, ini ada bom.
Ini ada bom.
Oh ya,
Nah, kalau kamu sudah buka semua, dapatlah baju permanen.
Betul.
Wow sih.
Ada lagi woi.
Apa nih?
Ngapain?
Ya.
Ada event kalender.
Apa tuh?
Apa ini? Oh, Agustus 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 sampai 24 nih. Oh, ini gimana sih maksudnya? Drive ini kan bulan 8 tanggal 11 ya sampai
tanggal 24. Oh, eventnya ini.
Oh, eventnya. Oh iya guys, nih.
Nih, ada tulisannya nih. Kalender event. Vibe
Kalau
and
yang,
Drive. Ya, festival.
Ya, kalau yang festival ini dari tanggal sama. Dari tanggal 11 sampai 24. Kalau login gift pack itu tanggal 11 ya.
11 doang.
11 doang. Kalau login to get 5 token itu
login untuk mendapatkan 5 tokens 11 sampai 24. Oh
ya,
intinya
pokoknya 11 sampai 24 lah guys.
Iya 11 sampai 24 baik banget nih. Event nih. Ada free 800 apa tuh? Coba klik.
Nggak bisa Pak.
Oh total yang didapatkan segitu. Oke, menarik.
Free limited avatar frame.
Wah, kita susah-susah dapetin frame kalau Conqueror. Di sini dapat gratisan.
Gampang lagi
misinya.
Gak susah-susah pakai urat ngejar.
Iya, coba scroll ke bawah dong, Oi.
Mana? Kagak ada, Pak.
Oke. Ada, Oi. Oh, nggak ada. Oke.
Sudah, Oi.
Sabar ya, sabar. Oke. Kita peringkat berapa sih sebetulnya?
Tadi
3.200 dan
240.
Coba aku agak lupa nih. Terakhir hasil match kita gimana tuh?
Coba kita lihat sini.
Wah.
Oh, chicken ya.
Ya, nggak terlalu baik lah ya. Ini siapa yang mainin nih? Siang ya soalnya ya.
Aku dong.
Siang-siang nih kayaknya nih.
Karena yang gigi cuman aku.
Kok nggak chicken ya?
Dikira chicken tuh muda ya Pak ya?
Nah itu kan. Coba scroll lagi sayang. Wow itu yang kemarin chicken tuh.
Iya nih. Wah gila kan enak nih kalau liatnya SX1 semua cuy. Di sini ini.
Hashtag 1, hashtag 1, hashtag 1.
Ya, main lipik kah?
Mau
Main
lah
lah lipik.
lipik euy.
Iya,
Unranked
oi.
euy.
Oh ya, unranked aja ya.
Iya. Tadi yuk.
Kak dia.
Itu Renjong. Mau kumaha tuh udah mang beleguk.
Ya,
Jangan di randim.
Gak apa-apa biar ada temennya. Kan unranked.
Limi. Ya coba lah, masih ada skill nggak?
Bacot. Udah pulang dari Jakarta, iya nih, tapi mampir ke
Bandung.
Bandung.
Baru mau main. Udah mulai. Sudah.
Aduh. Ayo, live.
Aduh, padahal kita mau main, guys.
Gak apa-apa. Oke.
Ya soalnya kita harus merhatiin
Match
box.
Past
kelima ya
halfway.
ini.
Yeah.
Udah
It
di
really, you can
Miramar
start
nih.
to see that finish line off in the distance. You know, it's coming into view. You're looking behind you, trying to see if anyone's tailgating you, if anyone's on the side. And you've got to
Happy
make that fast
birthday, Mas
sprint. But at this
Firman.
point in
Iya,
time,
nanti
it's the
saya
question of
sampaikan.
which teams
Terima
still
kasih.
have that breath
Yeah.
to keep going. Who still has that absolute gumption to make it to the end?
That's right. I mean, if anyone knows about getting into gear, it's going to be Kalaris, isn't it? You know?
Oh, yeah.
I heard, he was the
Udah,
200cc
komentatornya
Bradford
tawa.
go-kart champion.
He was actually, that was I come from the same area as him, and that is a famed notion. They actually have it up in
Wih,
the
gila,
local
ini di
go-karting
tengah-tengah nih.
arena. He's right at the top. There's a little sticker with his name on it,
Yeah.
and no one has yet to beat his record.
And whenever
Apakah yang
he
turun
goes back
PKD?
home to Bradford, back to his hometown, he
Dia
can't
lama
move
banget
for
nggak
being
main di
stopped.
Miramar
Everyone's like,
ini.
1998.
Yeah.
Champion.
People are absolutely going wild about them. As the same with
Si pesawat
Falcons,
merah,
Stalwart,
kunaon
as well as
eta jadi
Regans
ngomong
today.
Sunda, iya
All
nih.
these teams absolutely going hog wild. They are making it happen, and I think that this is what needs to happen for them.
Tadi yang
I
menang
would say
di
for Stalwart
Miramar,
Esports, it is a
siapa?
case where their consistency
ya.
Di
has been
Miramar.
really their
Yeah.
highlight points, and for other
Apa ya?
teams like
Yang
Regans who have
ngeklats.
really come in today looking
RSG.
extremely strong,
depannya P.
the big question for them is, can they continue
PK.
that into tomorrow,
PPA.
even for the last two matches of today? Because if we know anything
Yeah,
about Stalwart,
menang,
is
oi.
that they
Oh,
are
iya, Kak.
just
Lupa.
steady
PPA.
pumping those points into the mainstream.
PPA,
So we'll see
PPA.
what they can
Oh,
get
itu.
done. On our
Hyper ya
screen,
kalau
though,
nggak
we
salah.
do have the
Resmennya
PMWI
120,
watch together.
102 itu
You
ya?
need to complete some daily
Yang paling
missions
atas.
to earn those points in the first
Mana?
place. But
Tunggu,
once you
tunggu.
have enough of those points
Iki
accumulated, tap on the
Iya,
rewards
102
icon to claim the corresponding reward.
You could participate in the event solo or team up with other players.
Mod
Both
tuh
are totally
poinnya
fine,
58,
but a
guys.
team up could get the reward a little bit easier.
That's
Bagi
absolutely
tim
right.
lain
And
aku lihat
for the
pas ada
live stream
kumpul-kumpulan
going on,
ya di
we do
sana.
have an offline event here, so we've got everyone here at the
Jakarta,
event. But if you're at
yeah.
home watching us,
Okay.
if we reach 100 million live watching,
Kenapa
then
nggak
everyone can
negor?
get items in the
Kalau lihat.
2022 PMWI Lucky Crate, and that is a maximum of 1 award per user, and I'm sure we can make that happen.
Yeah, so make sure you visit the in-game 2022 PMWI Watch Together area, and the event every day will be on from the 11th. Of course, it's now 2 days into the event. We're on our second day. You can check out all the information there in-game.
We can still make it.
Awas weh Bruno.
Box in
Iya
Picardo.
loh, soalnya di perumahan ini suka ABD loh.
Box
Gila,
currently
ini
in Picardo
ABD
at the
parah.
I'm gonna
moment.
make it.
He's going to make it. TJB currently just trying to
Nugget,
loot
nugget
around the
in.
outskirts of Picardo with Vivo keyed up towards Power Grid, just looking down. Stalwart
Yeah,
just underneath Hacienda del Patron. They do like to hit up Power Grid from time to time, but San Martin also a viable position for that team. But this is relatively
Stalwart
central for them.
tuh
They also have a lot
satu.
of this ridge line to play around with, get a lot of information
Falcon
early. We've
Master
seen them
2.
send players up onto the
Nikmat,
top of
Sekinan.
mountains, in fact, to scout downwards, and they've had a lot of success with that. There are teams like a
Rino,
virtual gaming
Indonesia
squad
mana
currently
nih?
down in Puerto Paraíso,
Berapa
just
nih?
playing, splashing on the beach
Ke
side, as well as
13 guys,
two
dari 11
esports
mundur
coming
ya.
up from prison. These two teams are a little bit out of the way, but I'm sure they'll be able to make their way in.
Masa sih?
TJB,
Enggak,
Chow takes a
1,
little
2,
bit of
3,
damage.
4,
Box
5, 6,
jousting
7,
out
8,
Lihat dia
towards
di
them.
sini babyku.
But the tilt will have to
Oh,
be
yeah, yeah.
reset back towards one
Oh, di
another.
sini
They aren't
total
going to
ini
find
match
the knocks
sekalinya.
just yet.
Oh,
And of course, it's early doors, so still picking up with those weapons, still picking up those meds to make sure they're at full force. Although that was a level 3 helmet, I think a med kit as well being popped. That's a lot of loot.
Yeah, I think the med kit's being popped here just because, you know, they don't, I think with players like TJB being so close quarters with them right now, there's no reason not to pop the med kit. They're getting prepared for the ensuing fight. TJB are right on their borders and they don't have to move. So I think Box do absolutely need to prepare for other teams coming this way down towards Picardo. Already, Vivo Keyed are to the north of them, coming into those like foothills just above Picardo. So Box very much boxed in at the moment, with Regan's also moving down towards their southeastern side. So, you know, Picardo could be a real playground at the moment, and one where you scuff your shins and cry.
Ada box di
Is that what happens
depannya.
when you scuff your shins?
Yes, every time.
Weeping.
It's very painful.
Do you know what?
I
That's
thought you were
fair.
going to call me weak
Halo,
instead
juga.
of weeping.
Ayo guys,
You
tekan
cried.
dulu
Yeah,
jempolnya.
I thought the your weeping was
Halo
not going to
Kandi,
be weak.
gak
Oh,
pernah
I see,
kayak
yeah.
It's going to be
Amcu.
weak.
The direct.
Kasih udah mampir.
Yeah.
You have weak shins.
Yeah, the direction we were going was quite scary for me. I was
It's
like,
okay.
this is, I don't want to be called weak live on air. That would be very sad.
You're not weak. You're strong for being in touch with your emotions about your shins.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I'm not ashamed to admit it. Sometimes you fall, but the
You-
important thing, Bruce, is that you get back up.
What is that? I don't know what that's from.
Really?
Why'd you say
Vivo
Bruce?
K. Oh, naik ke atas
Who's
mobil,
Bruce?
guys.
God, it's okay. Anyway,
Bruce
everyone,
Forsyth.
RSG
everyone at home that
lagi
did
dia.
understand that reference, I
Nyari-nyari.
respect
Ayo,
you all,
apa
and I
ketemu,
hope that you have a
ketemu,
good
ketemu,
time
nggak sadar dia.
wearing those capes. But we do
Ada
have
orang
some
di
superheroes
rumah
of our
depannya,
own
cuy.
in these lobbies. With Regan's Gaming, Lightning absolutely taking things out of control at the
Ayo,
moment,
stop,
doing fantastic
stop.
stuff.
Ada TJB
Xiao
depanmu, RSG.
Still just on that western side, but now Tong Jiabao will have to start
Gila ya, itu
dealing
instingnya harus
with
kuat
the likes
banget.
of Vivo
Iya.
Keyed, as well as back-to-back. Box have
Apalagi
been able to,
Skolka.
you know, just keep quiet, keep it calm inside that compound, and now Regan's starting to move away towards more Los Leones.
Back to back. They're staying alive for the moment.
Oke, mau ngambil
We haven't had the best of
posisi.
tournaments so far, and we are beyond
Sini
halfway,
lumayan
as
enak.
we've touched
Iya.
on now. In 18th place, not where you want to be finishing. The point difference, though, towards the bottom of the table's surmountable. 3 points up towards Aton
Nyantai-nyantai.
Esports. Another extra 1 point above
TJB.
that is Team Seoul.
Box,
So there are
kena
places
hit,
that they
weh.
can ladder up. It's as well
What?
a race for top 12
Jauhnya
to try and get
itu.
invited to that after party, because there's a lot of money on the line there.
Top 6, yeah. Top 6 going through. We already have 6.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow, 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 meledak, meledak, stop, oi.
We have
Oh,
6 teams
dari
already
bukit.
directly qualified
Wow.
into that after party.
Wow.
Wajar.
6
Great
teams will be
pro.
Yeah,
chosen here.
pantas
So
ya kena ya.
currently our 6 teams,
Ah, ini juga
if
tuh,
we
meledak,
ended the
meledak.
tournament right
Meledak,
now,
meledak,
Link, get
meledak,
away.
meledak.
This is ambitious shots from Kadria.
hampir aja.
But if we ended the tournament right now, it would be Nigma Galaxy, Wildcats, Vampire Esports, Regan's, Team Falcons, as well as Star Wars Esports making it their way through to the after party. On top of that, there really is a lot of money on the line in the PMWI, other than just getting through to the after party to maybe potentially earn some of that $1 million prize pool on that side. It's 2 million here in the PMWI, so a lot to play for here, John.
Tegang ya.
Absolutely. I mean,
Tegang,
to be
tegang,
fair
tegang.
though, the glory
Apalagi
of
di
being
sini, aku ingat
PMWI
banget ini
champion I think
lawan
has to
ini.
be on everyone's
Oh,
mind.
iya, iya, iya.
Next circle
6799.
just about to pop. We've
Kita
had the
main di
first one
situ.
centering
Wah,
around
tegang,
Power Grid
oi.
and
Karena
Picardo.
udah lama nggak main tuh ya,
See
Sanok
where the next
sama
one
Miramar
falls as
tuh.
well. You can see the
Susah lagi
scoreboard on
baca.
that left-hand side of your
Iya,
screens right now.
pergerakan
125 for
Karena
Stalwart
sekarang kan orang
Esports,
metanya
but there's that
berubah-berubah
group of
ya.
3 teams
Cepet.
just below them.
Deres.
Falcons,
Apalagi dari
Regan's
Gaming.
Gaming, and Vampire Esports all very, very close at the moment. The momentum is there
Sama
for
Udin
Regan's,
Kun.
and Team Falcons have
Buset.
been
Waduh.
pulling that out consistency.
Lihat
I'm
juga
worried for
tadi-
Vampire Esports in
tadi
terms of
sore.
upkeep.
Yeah, this is some
Yeah,
real
lihat
chasers,
juga
but I
Lihat
will
guys.
say 100%
Lihat
right.
di
Vampire
ini punya
Esports, they have
Sonic
been starting
Udah
to
ngepost
slow
tuh.
here just a little bit. You know, bended knee, just tying the shoelaces once again and getting back
pada
up again
rotasi ya.
and keep on running. That's what
Deng,
Vampire
deng,
Esports need to
deng.
do. And I think there was a really great question from Max at the beginning of the day on Des for Sertani, which I thought that he answered very adeptly, to be honest with you, talking about, you know, are they going to change anything on Sanhok?
Gila,
And
TJB ini
Vampire
dari
Esports,
tadi
they just
ngendok
really
aja loh
didn't,
di
and
situ
we're locked
nggak
in
gerak.
combat with
Oh,
the guys
bukan
from
ngendok itu,
TJB.
itu.
Dua
Both
orang
teams
sih di
suffered
rumah.
because of it,
Menjaga
but it was
posisi.
Tong Jiabao that actually made it to the
Kalau di
circle
sini
and
mah
got themselves a
posisi
few points.
menentukan
Vampire Esports,
prestasi.
on the other hand, they really stagnated there
Well,
on that map.
I mean, that is true, but that because of the way that the healing works in Sanhok, It was actually Vampire who lasted longer than TJB in the Sanhok, although the TJB got a lot more elimination points for their movements.
Yeah, 100%.
Saya, Marga.
So I do think that potentially there could be some changes made for Vampire Esports coming into tomorrow and try and get a bit of that fire back from day one, in which case their match one was just an unheard of opening here in an inter-regional tournament. So really, really well done to them. But I want to see some of the same, because Stone from the team absolutely killing it in terms of statistics at the moment, but not quite there yet. Back to back, taking some warning shots at the moment. Circle heads up towards the northern side, John.
Up to the north. Not too many teams left out in the cold blue.
Udah santuy.
Yoi.
We've got Virtual Gaming Squad on the south side, near Chumasero, just out to the east of it at the moment. No one really nearby. You've got Atten Esports out to the west and down one here in Monte Nuevo. And then 52 coming up that western road. But at the moment, Nick McGalaxy clashing with back-to-back Freak, still alive somehow. J7 goes down out in no man's land there between the two teams. The ridgeline can be suppressed, and there's a timer on J7 getting back up. Modi wants the challenge, but neither player really landing too much there. Freak repositions to back up the team.
14 off at the distance. Modi knows he needs to be careful lest his head gets taken off there. But with the level 3 vest and helmet, he's fairly healthy right now. Freak, though, coming through with the squeaky clean peaks there on his side. Freaky peaks, in fact. Lord trying to send over a nade towards the players from back-to-back. J7, like you said, on bended knee. But it is a little bit of no man land to cross here. Back-to-back certainly have the advantage in terms of that.
Dari mana?
J-Way able to get some vengeance onto Freak. Gets the flush as well. Picking that up handedly. Lord
Oh, di backstep.
wants to try and answer there. Throwables going on over those projectiles, trying to burn J-Way out of position. Allow him to get into those crosshairs from the teammate. Back-to-back holding their own in this fight. Just that little bit. 3 versus 3 right now.
Oke,
And it's
santai.
even Stevens on the engagement.
Nick
Menurutku
McGalaxy.
B2B akan narik sih.
A quick stock
Lebih
of
baik
where this
placement
team
point lah.
is, just the north side of Power Grid. Both teams very firmly in the circle.
Daripada
Ralph
kayak gitu.
very far behind the rest of the team, looking over
Sayang
towards
banget ya.
Damwon
Padahal tadi-
Kia actually, who are just
Dia
the
udah
north
ngedukung
of
satu
Ralph
tuh.
himself. They're looking to
Dia
make their way
tahan
in.
dulu.
Next
Udah
circle
pasti
shifts
kalau
are
temennya
extremely
ketemu tuh pasti di backup
central
gitu.
with a row
Nggak mungkin
bisecting this one. Stalwart currently in San
TJB
Martin. They're going to be
posisi.
chilling here, but it's
Box
TJB
udah
who've rocked up on
menang
box,
satu,
who've
guys.
had to move from Picardo.
Break
Aduh.
is taken down as TJB try and swell past their defenses. Around the headland, Tinksker able to stay alive, pops a bandage at 2. Bensu trying to hold that door frame, but the teammates are falling.
Oh,
And
Bensu.
Box are down to
Oh,
2 to
Ben.
hold. TJB with only 2 on this forefront, but backup is arriving on the sidelines. They are looking for that off angle. Can it be dismounted? There's a crucial knock from the Molotov from Bensu. Finds Tinksker, but that's the side swipe that they were looking for. Hang on a minute. No, it's coming from Virtual Gaming Squad. The spray down is good, and TJB have been handed a lifeline to get Tinksker back to his feet.
Virtual Gaming Squad have
Yeah.
just been hovering around on this ridge side of
Dia
Picardo. They
udah
didn't
kena.
quite go
Oh, iya,
down
iya.
all the way into Picardo, just
Keluar, kena.
stuck
Oh,
around.
berarti-
and
Wow.
worked very well.
Gila
GK
loh.
first though, beautiful
Dia
grenade over the
ngeker
top,
model
takes down Trismay
arahan
and Box
itu aja.
Gaming.
Iya,
They
dia
are
plan
done. TJB though,
GG.
now
Kuat
setting their
juga
sights
ya.
over towards Virtual Gaming Squad, who are rocking up to finish the job that Box started.
Shao hides behind a hay bale there on the broadside of that warehouse. It's such a dangerous position to be in against a team that has that ridgeline. You can see what a shooting gallery it is. It's so hard to move. You need those smokes. And undercover of the SLR, a player from Virtual Gaming Squad has
Apakah
managed to
dia-
move up. That's
Loh,
one shot
dia
on
baru
the
selesai
breach
perang loh.
now. As the
Perang
smoke
lagi,
start to
sudah
bloom, that's
langsung
what they need to
di-
put
Dia
down
dia
to
tadi
be
memang.
able to have a little bit of mobility, maybe even
Tuh, lihat.
evacuate out the back. But Virtual Gaming Squad have players there
JB
as
tuh
well.
dia
It's difficult.
loncat-loncat terus loh, Zeng.
TJB
Iya,
crunched
dari
here,
tadi
no
kan dia
vehicles, but
senjatanya
Virtual Gaming Squad still holds some buggies, so
Apa
their
dia
rotations have been
memang
very,
ngikutin
very
kita ya?
speedy. You
Kita
see Gaddafi already
Iya
coming
sih.
up to the side of the
Anak
wall.
klasik memang
Nade
begitu.
goes through.
Iya.
It's Xiao taking a fair bunch of damage, just has to hit another first aid kit, and they're already going into the blue here. Ice Shot pulls the trigger.
And they will have backup as well, a 1-2 swing. Very, very nice stuff, but the spray down from Tinksker is good for 1. Looking for more, Gaddafi around the corner, and he finds another. Tinksker stays alive for TJB, potentially looking for that res as
Nggak
well.
mungkin
They're going to have to be
temennya
quick
mau
about
backup
it.
nih, kecuali
As Xiao crawls for cover, 2 players from Virtual Gaming Squad taken down. Tingsker holds his own. TJB gonna be proud of that.
Alphalugi just sends off into the distance. Tingsker takes down both of the players. Really, really good contest there. And now GK First picks himself up a vehicle. I don't think Alphalugi spotted him just yet. He's swinging all the way round to the top side to the other player from Virtual Gaming Squad. He's getting shot by GK First here. Will he take down Alphalugi? He can't quite get out of the way, but he might be able to take down the boogie.
And not only that, he gives time to his teammates. He allows Xiao to get some healing on, but there's another on battle as well. Tingsker spotted on the hillside, and Virtual Gaming Squad are giving as good as they get.
That's Tingsker going down to the blue as well. Bled out just too many times. GK First trying to do some solo shenanigans. In the meantime, it's Regan's Gaming. Absolutely doing some very, very good work over towards Vampire Esports. Some of the players have made it ahead though, and one player from Regan's is down on the ground. It is Flower, who will be picking up right now.
Trying to stay alive. Vampire Esports, 2 players now left. Schweppes and Ravenclaw. Pretty much any duo from this squad can absolutely frag out their mines. And they are still, I believe, one of, if not the highest elimination count team. 64 elims so far before this game. Higher than everyone else right now for Vampire Esports. They have absolutely been fragging out their mines. A lot of that as well, you kind of have to remember, is that game 1 that we saw yesterday. It was 24 elims coming through from that game. That's about a third of their total kill count.
Still doing really well. Kill switch though, runs up to the building. Vivo Key's taken down, will be taken out here. Jumps out the vehicle, sends out the windshield.
There's only 1 player left for Vivo Keyed. Is Polo going to be able to hold out 1 versus 4? Vivo Keyed for Brazil trying to take down this thorn in their side in Polo, the Lone Ranger from back to back. And Adrian's got him all the way on the screen, giving them a whole dosey-do. And hopefully a dosey-dose of his own medicine as well. Adrian with the spray, it's good. Through the doorway, will be able to land it onto Polo. Unfortunately, they lose Diego, but they'll keep 3 up.
Yeah, this is really good. Be able to get both of those players back up off the floor. Virtual Gaming Squad still running with somewhat of a squad here.
This is a replay of the spray down from Tingsker that we saw earlier. TJB keeping things going, but they're down to 2 with 1 of them knocked, and that's an outside play zone knock as well. I think it's just GK First now. Going to be left in the fight for TJB after their trials that they face.
Stalwart took quite a while to move out from San Martin, but you know, moving up to this side, there's really not a lot of good areas to hold. It's very, very much covered in ditches or ridge lines you can play in, but not a lot of hard cover here, so it's kind of hide and seek for a lot of these teams at the moment.
Vampire Esports, both of these players, both of these remaining players for Vampire Esports on the same bike here. I wonder what they're going for. They're going to be rotating right next to GK First, who's the Lone Ranger there. Spray downs across the way. GK First hops out, and they have to duck for cover. An immediate right shift. Nice control there coming through from Ravenclaw to try and keep them alive down the hillside. They need to move fast. A crash is going to be a death sentence. This is a death run, and he's making it work. Up over the top. They might even have to come into contact with Downward Gaming, but no. Oh, they lose momentum, and Schweppes takes a tumble. Ravenclaw laid bare on the hillside. You're not going to get away with that. Atten take him down.
Serious action movie things right there from Ravenclaw though. We play at Schweppes on the back with the Uzi in hand. That was just incredible to watch. The fact that he caught the wheels twice coming off some awkward angles. I mean, I don't often compliment PUBG Mobile players on their ability to control the motorbike, but I have to compliment Ravenclaw there. Looking at the circle, though, heading hard down toward the southwest. It's the chance now for down 1 here to put up some big points. Now it's time to control the circle. They did that extremely well in their region, in their PMPL 2022 Spring Finals. The question is, can they do it here in the PMWI? They've got an insane position from Sung on the one side, but it's Nick McGalaxy who are cowering underneath, or at least using these guys as a little bit of protection.
untuk
Sprays
pendukung
from
Morb ya.
Damwon Kia over
Ya,
towards Vivo
Oke,
Key.
kayaknya gitu aja
We
sih.
were looking
Kayak
a little bit
udahan
at those
dulu ya guys ya, biar
that
kalian
group of
penasaran
3
nih.
teams
Iya,
at the
penasaran.
start of this
Kan
game
besok
playing.
masih
So
ada,
Team
guys.
Falcon,
Sama aja
Dragons
streamernya nih,
Gaming,
kenapa
and
sih kita
Vampire
jalan?
Esports.
Biar kalian
Vampire
penasaran
Esports and
guys.
Reagan's Gaming have now
Oke
gone
deh.
down
Karena
in this
besok masih
game, so
ada
they're not
lagi
really going to be
nih.
moving too far. The
Iya
benchmark
sih.
is going to be Team Falcon's
Oke lah.
performance to try and
Biar
break away
Samsudin makin
from that
penasaran.
peloton behind Stalwart
Kayaknya
Esports and
kita
try and
tutup
make
sampai
that
sini aja
catch.
ya.
Iya.
Team Soul, shots over towards
Ada
more rivals,
pesan-pesan?
working out.
Oke guys,
Good
makasih
stuff.
banyak
Goblin
semuanya yang
actually
udah
gets
nobar
the
bareng aku.
explode on
Jangan
the
lupa
vehicle there. We'll
besok
take down one of
aku
the players.
tetap live
Morph coming
nobar.
head to head
Ditempel
with
dulu ya
Stalwart at the
jempolnya.
moment.
Sampai
We do
jumpa
get a replay though from
besok.
Team
See you.
Falcon
Bye
taking
guys.
down the final member
Bapak
of
dulu episode
Regans.
merah. Woi.
Check out what's happening here. Stalwart versus
See you, see
Morph.
you.
Nice and A. 2 players down though, John. Just top and action. The 2 big